fried sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Planning your summer vacation? Looking to take care of those long overdue home improvements? Hello, I'm Tara Hauser, Vice President of Marketing at First Capital Federal Credit Union. Make all your dreams come true with a home equity loan from First Capital FCU. For a limited time, take advantage of a 7-year home equity loan of $10,000 or more with an annual percentage rate as low as 3.99%. Visit firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any branch to apply. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Robert Carson now out for his pregame warm-ups, beginning his loosening routine in right field. Revs have switched to the alternate whites with the shoulder stripes for Game 2. Road Warriors will go with the gray, and the Revs winning Game 1 16-4. As we take a look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard here tonight, Lancaster leads Somerset 6-3. And that game is in the 7th inning. Revs certainly rooting for a Patriots comeback in Game 1 of that doubleheader, but it is Lancaster who's up 6-3. Some better news from Central Islip. The Ducks have fallen behind New Britain. It's close. It's 4-3. That game is in the 6th. That is just one game tonight, playing 9 innings. Sugarland a 6-1 lead at Southern Maryland. That game is in the 7th. So the Revs entering play tonight in the wild card race for a possible second wild card spot. We're a game and a half behind Long Island. Right now it's a game, and Long Island, if they lose their game against New Britain, the Revs would be within a half. And that would help because right now Somerset has a 5-game winning streak, but trailing in Lancaster 6-3 in the 7th inning. And Somerset entering the night a game and a half behind Long Island in that Liberty Division second half standing. Patriots have to finish in front of the Ducks. A tie would not get it done. A tie would go to the team that did not win the first half, and that would be Long Island that would win a second half. So Long Island, the fact that they're down, although there's a long way to go tonight, that's good news. The fact that Somerset is losing in Lancaster in Game 1 of that doubleheader, not such great news, but we will certainly keep you updated. The Revs can only do their part, and so far tonight they have, with a 16-4 win in Game 1. We'll check out the Major League scores here as well. Cardinals a 5-0 lead against the Nationals, 4th inning in D.C. Matt Adams a 3-run homer for the Cardinals in that one. Pirates lead the Reds 3-1. That's in the 4th inning at PNC Park. Top of the 4th in Canada, it is the Blue Jays 7, the Rays 2. Phillies have Nick Pivetta on the mound tonight. He and the Phils, though, trailing in Miami 2-0. That game is in the 4th. The Mets have a 1-0 lead in the 4th inning in LA tonight against the Dodgers. Cubs and Brewers are scoreless. That's in the 1st inning at Miller Park in Milwaukee. The Angels earlier today got the news that Shohei Ohtani is likely to need Tommy John surgery. It's been recommended. They are looking at alternative treatments, but as far as their current club goes, they lead the Rangers 2-0 in the 1st inning in Arlington. Tigers have just scored to take a first-inning lead in Chicago, 1-0 against the White Sox. Twins and the Astros are scoreless in the first inning at Minute Maid in Houston. Earlier today, the Red Sox got a late comeback win in Atlanta. 9-8 was the final. The Indians a 3-1 win over the Royals in a day game in Cleveland. Corey Kluber got his major league leading 18th win. He's now 18-7. And coming up a little bit later, the Giants and the Rockies. Actually, that's only about 15 minutes away in Denver. But the Yankees and the A's will play at 10:05 in Oakland. The Orioles and the Mariners late baseball tonight in the Pacific Northwest. That is your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Final in our game, the Revs win it 16-4 in Game 1 of the doubleheader against the Road Warriors. We will take a timeout between games. We'll have Michael's chat with Mitch Atkins, last night's dominant performer in the series opener against the Road Warriors with a 10-strikeout performance. Michael caught up with Mitch earlier today, and we'll have that chat between games coming up. Stay tuned for that. 16-4 the win in Game 1, and it's Robert Carson against Mariel Checo coming up here in just a bit. But Atkins joins us on the program next here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Michael Marcantonini back on the Revs pregame show. I'm joined by Revs starter Mitch Atkins. Last night, Mitch, another really solid performance for you. 7 innings, just that 1 run, 10 strikeouts and no walks. How'd you feel as the game went on last night?
It was a good game. Both pitchers were, it was kind of, I could tell early on that it was going to be a close game. So I was just trying to stay aggressive and keep the game as close as I could.
Well, you got your league-leading 12th win last night and keep rolling this season. One of the things that it looked like you were having a lot of success with was the fastball up in the zone. Is that something that you were trying to do early in the game, or is just kind of something that happened and you ran with it?
No, I've always been able to pitch up in the zone a little bit with my four seam, especially get 2 strikes. It's one of the pitches I like to utilize. That way it kind of keeps the hitters honest because I'm not always sitting on all speed, 2 strikes. That way I can kind of keep them guessing a little bit, and it seems to work out in my favor.
Well, third start this year with 10 strikeouts in a game. You're a strikeout guy, but are you going out there on a nightly basis, like last night, for example? Were you trying to put guys away with pitches and not worry about having them put the ball in play, or did that just kind of happen that way as well?
No, my goal is always to be aggressive early on in the game, early contact. But once I get 2 strikes, I'm going to try to strike you out. But up until then, I'm I'm trying to get contact and let my defense work and work as fast as I can.
Almost 100 more strikeouts than walks this season. What is it for you? Is it just simply getting ahead of guys in the count or throwing first pitch strikes that leads to the low walk totals?
Yeah, I mean, as a pitcher, you know, you really can't control your strikeouts. The hitters kind of dictate that a lot. But like I said, I think if you're aggressive and you get yourself ahead in the count a lot, then you'll be able to put guys away.
So after you gave up that solo homer, regardless of a questionable call or not, you did get on a roll after that. You retired 11 in a row. What got you in the zone after that home run?
It was probably the home run. You know, there was a questionable call, but even if it was a ball or a strike, I mean, you still got to be a professional and come back and make a better pitch. So I think that kind of refocused me a little bit to really focus on executing pitches, and it worked out for the rest of the game.
You only gave up 3 hits in the game, so you were on pretty much from the start, but another pitch that looked really good was the curveball. How'd that feel last night?
I mean, it's always been my equalizer. I got a good fastball, but I don't throw mid-90s or upper 90s, so the curveball is probably one of my better pitches, and it keeps the hitters honest. And I can throw it. I have good control of it. I can throw it strikes. I can throw it in the dirt. It's always been an easy pitch for me growing up.
Only a couple starts left in the season for you, the regular season winding down. Playoffs obviously still a possibility, but with just looking at the regular season, how are you feeling at this point in the season, and are you basically giving all you have these last couple starts that you're going to get?
I mean, I give everything I have every time I go out. I just try to not do too much these last 2 starts. You know, just try to keep doing what you're doing the rest of the year, and whatever the results happen, you can live with it.
The pitching staff as a whole has really stepped up over the last few weeks or so. What have you seen from some of the other guys in this rotation, as well as the bullpen?
The rotation's definitely solidified a little bit with Logan and Rob. It was kind of a jumble there for a little while, but us 3 have been kind of the rock here lately, and I think a lot of it's been our offense, really. I mean, as a pitcher, you know that if you keep the game close with this lineup, we're gonna win a game. Like, even as a starter, if you give up 2, 3, 4 runs, I mean, we're liable to score 5, 6 runs in an inning. So as a pitching staff, it's easier to come out there and attack hitters, knowing that your offense can bang the ball around.
Revs starter Mitch Atkins joining me on the pregame. Mitch, thanks a lot for the time. I appreciate it.
No problem, Michael.
Yeah, he was awesome last night once again, and became the first in Revs history to have 3 separate 10-strikeout games. He did it last night with the no walks. He's within 12 of matching the Revs' single-season strikeouts record. Leads the league in wins, leads in strikeouts, and now 12 and 6, I should say, after his victory last night. It was tremendous. We appreciate him joining Michael in the pregame or in between games here tonight. We'll take a timeout now. Mace will join us on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report up next.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Presley Ridge believes that strong families are the foundation for strong communities. With compassionate and caring professionals, Presley Ridge offers individual, child, and family therapy in addition to foster care and other in-community services. To learn more about Presley Ridge and their impact on families right here in our community, visit presleyridge.org or call 717-845-6624. That's 717-845-6624.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. and to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, Mitch Atkins, another outstanding outing last night, set some Revs history. He's the first ever to have 3 10-strikeout games in a Revs career. And you being here for as long as you have been, is he putting himself, I know it's only one season, but is he putting himself on a short list of some of the best starters you've had here?
No, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. I was going to say on a short list as well, so that's a really good way of putting it. I mean, he really has turned it on since sometime in June, and I mean, he's had, you really can't even say a rough outing. You know, he might have gave up a few runs in one inning with a couple outs, but I mean, other than that, it's been really fun to watch.
It looked to me last night, maybe the curveball was as good as it's been in some time. Did you feel like that was a big key for him last night, opening everything else up?
Yeah, I mean, I think the breaking ball was good. The cutter seemed really good last night. And he was pounding the zone too, so he was challenging hitters, and then he was being smart when he had to be, and he was staying away, and even though he might have been throwing, fastball away, he was still, moving the ball around the plate, and he had really good command of stuff last night, and they're an aggressive team. I mean, they swing the bats. I think if you look at their team stats, they have as a team around 1,000 strikeouts and 200 walks. So I think that tells you all you need to know, that they want to swing the bat. So I think sometimes you can use that as a weapon too. So he was doing all those things last night, and did a really great job for us.
Well, in the third inning, for a moment, he was really upset, didn't get that strike call, and then the home run in the next pitch. But with a veteran guy, did you see his ability to put that on the back burner and keep going?
Yeah, he definitely did. I mean, I think after he initially was upset, I think when the inning was over, he went to the home plate umpire and, might have said, hey, I was a little bit out of hand there or whatever, but no, he did a good job, and like we talk about too. Okay, maybe that third strike pitch was missed, but then you got to make a better pitch. Sometimes it's easy to say, well, that's on the umpire, but sometimes you just got to make a better pitch, and I think that the two guys are teammates at some point, or they know each other maybe from the Cubs organization. So there might have been a little something going on there too, but he was outstanding last night, and if you can get those kind of starts every night from your starting pitchers, you'd be in really good shape.
Well, I know Fletch has tendencies on the other hitters and how to set guys up, that he goes over those things with the starters. But you mentioned as a team, their strikeout to walk ratio, and that tells you that they're aggressive. Do you ever use stats to look at individual hitters on the other club and figure out how aggressive a guy might be?
Oh yeah, all the time. From back when I was a pitching coach here, we used to do the same thing. We would have meetings and tendencies of the other hitters. Who's a pull hitter? Who wants to hit the ball the other way? Who could bunt and do those kind of things for base hits? So who's a runner? Who's guys that'll steal bases? And so you do a scouting report, and you can't. It's hard to plan for 12 or 13, 14 position players, but there's certain key guys in the lineup that you really want to try to have a plan for, and you want to try to execute it. But overall, we do use those stats, and we try to look at the last 10 games, last 5 games, who's the hot hitters, who's the cold hitters. You look at their year-to-date stats, who takes walks, who strikes out a lot, who has extra base hits and all those kind of things, on base percentage. So, we look at all those things just to try to get a handle on it for the players, and the more information our players have, hopefully the more successful they can be. And I mean, that's why they're here, to prove that they can still play and get the job done.
I know Gomez had something that you didn't want to push last night. Did he come out of it okay?
Yeah, he's been having a little bit of an issue with like his hamstring a little bit. It's not really, it's just like tight. And when I watched him throw the first pitch, I didn't think he had a real good extension with that leg, and it just seemed like it was holding him back a little bit. So I just decided it would probably be best to get him out of there right there after one pitch, and then go to somebody else.
And it was Puglisi who needed only 7 pitches to get through the innings. So how impressive is it for a guy to get focused, get ready as quickly as he did, and then do that?
Well, I mean, it's hard to do. It's hard to do that when you come into the game and you're taking your warm-up pitches in front of everybody in the crowd. You're not in the bullpen like down on the side, and you feel rushed and all those kind of things. And, to my surprise, he told me after that inning, because I said, that was a really great job. I know it's hard to do that. He said that was the first time he had ever done that in his career. So that was, that was really exceptional job by him. And it is just, you just get out there in front of the fans, and people want to, you want to get the game going. So you're trying to warm up, but you're trying to rush at the same time to not hold everything up. It's just you just feel a different kind of pressure out there when you're getting your warm-ups in the middle of the field like that.
Well, lastly tonight, you've got this doubleheader and a 5-man bench position player-wise for the first time in a long time. Do you start to think about where you might use guys if situations present themselves?
Well, I do. I mean, we do look at that, and, if we're going to pinch run, pinch hit, defense, whatever it might be, you do look at those things. But, right now with the heat here again today, which we're not complaining about the heat, but it seems like summer missed its wake-up call. It's like now summer has woke up, I guess, as we're into September. But, we're going to probably use basically everybody at some point tonight, position player-wise, whether it's the first game or the second game, and try to keep everybody fresh and, ready for tomorrow, too.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
That is Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Getting set for Game 2 here moments away tonight. Revs 61-54 after that Game 1 victory, 29-23 in second half play. And the Road Warriors 27-89 overall, 10-43. Is in their second half record. We'll get you the starting lineups here shortly. Revs will be taking the field in a matter of minutes. And across the river, Somerset has scored 4 times in the 7th inning and leads 7-6 at Lancaster on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. So right now, the Revs are within 1 of Long Island in the overall standings. If Somerset can win that game, going for their 6th in a row, they'd be within 1. And Long Island at home is still trailing 4-3 to New Britain in the 8th. And if that holds, then it would be down to a half-game lead for Long Island in the second half Liberty Division standings. Now, they did sign Ruby Silva earlier today, so there's a familiar name that's going to be in Long Island lineups coming up. We're done seeing them, though, for the regular season in 2018. We won't get to see Ruby, but they did make that acquisition earlier here this week, or that might have even been today. But Revs getting set to take the field here for Game 2 tonight. Our very own Doug Epler is going to perform the national anthem. Let's listen in as the Revs get set for Game 2. No one's gonna take me alive. The time has come to make things right. You and I.
Fans, please rise, remove all cover, and welcome Revolution staff member and overall nice guy, Doug Epler, for the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Outstanding job by Doug Epler, Revs marketing director, or director of marketing. I can never quite remember which order it goes in, but outstanding job by the multi-talented Doug Epler. Revs have taken the field here for Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader and looking to sweep this thing and win a third consecutive game again, which is something they've done a lot of all of a sudden here of late. 3 or more, in fact, couple of those streaks here in just the last couple of weeks. Robert Carson going through his warm-ups on the game mound. And the Road Warriors lineup for Game 2 brought to you by Flying Feet. It'll be Osvaldo Martinez at shortstop leading things off. Geraldo Valentin moved up to the number 2 spot. He is at second base hitting second. Gustavo Pierre, the third baseman, will bat third. Jorge Fernandez is in right field batting in the cleanup spot. Edwin Gomez at first base hits fifth. Former Duck catcher Robert De La Hoz catches and bats sixth. They do have 3 catchers on the roster. 2 are in the lineup tonight. Hermindo Escobar will play and DH as he is batting 7th in Game 2. Daniel Aldrich in left field will hit 8th, and Matt Hibbert is the center fielder batting 9th. Again, it's Martinez, Valentin, Pierre, Fernandez, Gomez, De La Hoz, Escobar, Aldrich, and Hibbert for the Road Warriors, facing Robert Carson, who tonight will go for his 10th win of the year. He's 9-6, 3.44 ERA, 30 outings, 14 starts, 107 1/3 innings, 123 hits, but only 26 walks, 85 strikeouts, and his last time out was one of his best. 8 shutout innings and a 3-0 win at New Britain on getaway night Thursday night. Here's our Dasher Investment Services first pitch for Game 2. It's over for a strike, and we are underway. It comes at 8:50 p.m., so stay up late with us tonight as Carson delivers and misses way outside. Martinez hitting at .249, 7 home runs, 24 driven in. And in this series now, he is 4 for 6. Couple walks, homer, double. Pitch is popped up, and it's Nash at first. Hustling down, calls off Clark, and about halfway to the Revs dugout, Nash sticks it in the pocket. Apparently it rattled around in there because he just gave himself the cross, thanking the heavens as he hung on to that ball, but that's out number 1.
It was a good first out for Robert, getting an easy pop-up, foul territory. Good start keeping the leadoff man off base.
I want to bring up Geraldo Valentin. He starts at second base here in Game 2. He was at first base in the opener. Was 0 for 3 in game 1 tonight, hitting at .231 now. First pitch, it is popped up again, and Clark coming straight back to the backstop, but out of room. That lands right in front of us in the Dietz and Blewett Insurance Diamond deck. Carson last time out, 8 scoreless, just 4 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. At New Britain on Thursday night, it was his longest outing in just over 3 years. He had a game at Sugarland as a member of the Bridgeport Bluefish in 2015 where he went 8. So tied the longest outing of his Atlantic League career. It's the 0-1 and a swing and a miss. Fastball. It is a final in Lancaster. Somerset wins game 1 7-6 on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Lancaster giving up 4 in the 7th. Here's the 0-2. And a bouncer over Carson, but up the middle at second is Harris charging, fires on the run and gets him. Charging hard toward the bag. And Zoe will do a little shimmy after making that slick play. 2 up, 2 down.
It's a nice play right there by Zoe. A strong throw across his body. That's definitely one to celebrate out there. Hasn't played a lot of second base lately. Did when he first got to York this year, but it's mainly been either DHing or playing center over the last week or so. But that's a nice play at second.
Now Gustavo Pierre, who I guess gets a game finished on the stat column on the mound. Worked the 6th in game 1. First pitch is up high. He lays off. It is 89 degrees at the start of game 2. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. It was hot for Carson's last start at New Britain as well. It was the 1-0. And a fly ball right field. Mitchell out there. He'll drift over toward the line a couple steps and make the grab. 1-2-3. First inning as Robert Carson picks up right where he left off. We've played a half inning in game 2 tonight. It's the Road Warriors 0, the Revs coming up.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running.
Flying feet.
Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Come to the plate against Mariel Checo, who was in York a couple of years ago, had to rehab from elbow surgery, had the elbow flare up on him when he was here a couple of years back. Now he goes through his warm-ups. Revs lineup for game 2, brought to you by Flying Feet. It'll be Alonzo Harris at second base leading off, Jared Mitchell in right field bat second. Melky Mesa is in left. He's batting third. Talvin Nash is the cleanup man playing at first. Michael Burgess will DH and hit fifth. Wellington Dotel at third base is hitting sixth. Henry Castillo starts at shortstop. He'll bat 7th. Travis Witherspoon in center field hits 8th. And Tyler Clark's first start since coming off the DL a second time and getting fully cleared. He will catch and bat 9th. That lineup facing Checo, who's ready to go. Road Warriors, by the way, are in their road gray. Revs in the alternate whites with the shoulder stripes. First pitch to Zoe is down and away. And Alonso, a big game in game 1. He's now hitting .292. A 3-run homer, drove in 4. Pitch is just off away. He was 3 for 5 in the opener. A game 1 that saw the Revs pound 18 hits. Checo winds, delivers, and a swing and a high pop foul, back and out of play. Plate ump in game 2 tonight is Derek Moshe. Manolo Alejandro at first. Nate Caldwell is at third base. No score, bottom of the first. 16-4 win in game 1. The 2-1 and a swing and a foul tip off the glove of the catcher De La Hoz, and Harris on his swings, they're almost always full of intent. That one was near the top of the charts. He's trying to hit it to North York on that swing. Checo stares in, ready, delivers, and a swing and a foul back over the roof. In 11 outings for the Road Warriors, all in relief. Checo 0-1, a 4.08 ERA. 17 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 8 runs, 11 walks, 23 Ks. Opponents hitting .219. He's done a nice job. And he's not full-time starting. He's spot starting tonight. Pitch is down and away. 3-2 as Harris works this leadoff at bat, the distance. Checo, who lives in New York, from New York City. Pitch is down and away. Harris holds the hands back. Leadoff walk, and the Revs have speed on base to start the night.
It's a good job by Harris to see a bunch of pitches there, fight a couple off, and then, also make a few good takes right there. Leadoff base runner after a 1-2-3 inning, take that any day.
Well, here is Jared Mitchell. Moves up to second in the order, hitting .273, 5 homers, 39 driven in. Casilla gets the second game off. And Checo the pitch. It is just outside. Checo was in the Yankees system. Mitchell was briefly. Checo had some amazing performances as an amateur coming up through New York City. Ended up in the Yankees system, also some time with the Royals. Now fires, and that just missed outside after Harris battled his way on with the walk. Checo falls behind Mitchell 2-0. Mitchell did not have a hit in game 1, but he did score a run, and drove in a run. Now the 2-0, there goes Zoe. Fastball called strike, and De La Hoz throws it into center. Harris dives into second, and he will stay there. Stolen base, number 9 for Zoe, and De La Hoz footwork was all out of whack. Double pump, trying to get lined up, could not. And then that throw was way off to the right.
And that's what speed will do. It forces the catcher to really, really, really try to get down there as quick as he can, and then that leads to some bad footwork.
So a 2-1 count. Harris at second. A long look in from Checo. And he will check back at second base. Stares at Zoe, delivers home, and it's outside. 3-1. Checo certainly showed some promise when he was in York a couple of years ago. They hated to lose him. He's now 28 years old, 6'3" righty. And with the Revs 2 years ago, 4-1, 3.52 ERA, 19 outings, 1 start. He pitched really well in a start at Somerset. Only allowed 16 hits in 23 innings, but the elbow was barking, unfortunately. Now the 3-1, and a swing and a pop foul, back and out of play. He's a competitor, and he would not give it up. And if you follow him on social media, he had a lot of, I think maybe to motivate himself, he was always putting videos of his progress and his workouts. It was fun to watch him build back up to the point where he was getting close to game ready, and obviously now he is. He originally came back in the Can-Am League with New Jersey this season after missing all of last year. There's the 3-2, and a liner, look out, foul past Polo at third. It hits the sidewall and redirects out into left field. And with the Jackals this year in 9 starts, he did start for them. He only averaged a little over 4 innings per start as he was worked back in, but 2-3 with a 7.58 ERA. His first Atlantic League action was briefly with Long Island in 2015. Now time asked for. He's got some cornrows going too at this point in time.
I like it. Some swag out there on the mound.
No score here in the first. He's ready. 3-2. And it's outside. Mitchell walks as well. The Revs have their first 2 men on free passes here in game 2. Melky Mesa will get a crack at things. Well, Blake Galen tonight in game 1 drove in 1, so he's the league leader in RBIs with 79. Mesa now at 77. And in game 1 tonight, he was 2 for 4 with a triple, drove in a total of 3. 1 off, or 2 off, the league lead in RBIs. Batting average at .328. 17 homers as game 2 gets underway. No score. Here's the stretch. First pitch. Runners go. Swing and a miss. Throw to third. Handcuffs Pierre, who could only knock it down. And Zoe dives in. He has stolen second and third. Mitchell takes second base behind him.
Well, Revs showing the running game early tonight. That only makes things easier for the guy at the plate than if guys are just moving up extra bases on their own.
A second and third, nobody out. No balls and a strike on Mesa. And Checo the pitch. It is fouled off the right edge of the netting. A couple of sliders. The first one I think he wanted to swing and miss at to make De La Hose's throw tougher, assuming that he was on board with a steal, although maybe not. I mean, Harris has the green light to go when he wants. But I'm sure the swing didn't make De La Hose's throw any easier. No balls, 2 strikes. Checo ready. And now coming home. That misses low. Facing another former Yankee farmhand in Mesa. I'm sure they know one another. I know Tejeda knew Checo before they had gotten to York together from their Yankee minor league days. Tejeda not in the game 2 lineup tonight. A long look, and Mesa will ask for time and back out. The Revs have forced Checo to throw 17 pitches. He's still looking for his first out.
Only 3 batters deep in the game. That's hard to do. Throw that many pitches and only be at the 3-hitter.
A 1-2. Swing and a foul up over the roof, first base side. still writing in my lineup.
Hey,
I'm not even close.
I just barely got mine in. Well, you got a lot to handle. You got some melted ice cream over here.
Yeah, it's good, though.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting a depth chart for this Friday's high school game over the phone while Mace's interview was playing.
You are the master at multitasking. It's incredible.
Well, I had to rely on you to put my Ritas in the freezer for now.
Well,
I appreciate that.
Anything I can do to help out.
That was clutch right there. There's the 1-2. Swinging a high fly deep right center. Hibbert backing up deep into the alley. It's going to score Zoe. Catch is made. Here he comes. That'll be RBI number 78. Mitchell goes to third, and the Revs lead 1-0, the same way Game 1 started. Melky Mesa, a sac fly to deep right center, and again, he is one off the league lead in ribbies.
It's a pretty simple formula for the Revs, is get your speed guys on at the top of the lineup, either move them over yourself or they'll find ways to move up by themselves, and then the guys in the middle aren't going to miss those opportunities, especially with no outs right there.
Now here's Talvin. He's now at 366. 9 homers, 27 knocked in 29 games. He swings first pitch, elevates it to center, but not deep. Mitchell walks back to the bag. Hibbert the catch. Here comes Mitchell. It's off to the right. He scores standing, and it is RBI number 28 in game number 30 for Talvin Nash. A sac fly. It was not deep, but with Mitchell's speed, it did not matter. Back-to-back sac flies, and it's 2-0 York in the first.
That'll work. Manufacturing runs. 2 runs have scored this inning without a hit. And that's what good teams do. They find ways to bring runners home without necessarily getting that big hit or the double to the gap or single up the middle. Manufacturing and finding different ways to get the runs across.
Now Michael Burgess Sr., bases empty, 2 away. A total of 2 walks, 3 steals, 2 sac flies, and 2 runs as Burgess lays off away.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
And a cup of ice cream.
Soup. Ice cream soup.
Doesn't matter. Still great.
Ice cream soup, still the best soup out there.
Here's the 1-0. And that misses low. How was yours?
Oh, it was really good. It was this vanilla with like chocolate fudge pretzels in there. You were reading the list off to me, and that one rung a bell with me. I like that one. I was like, I'll do it.
Yinglings. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a sharp ground ball to second. 1 hop right at Valentine, though. He's got it. Throws over to first. And the Revs will score both of their first inning runs indeed with 0 hits. 2 runs, no hits, nobody left. York on top 2-0 as we head to the second in Game 2.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Revs Time meets School Pride on Saturday, September 15th. It's High School Spirit Night at PeoplesBank Park, presented by UPMC Pinnacle. Cheer on your school and the spirited on-field performances of area cheer squads in the penultimate game of the York Revolution's 2018 season. Then stick around for the last fireworks show of the season, launched from center field. High School Spirit Night, Saturday, September 15th. Get tickets before they're gone. Visit YorkRevolution.com or call 717-801-HITS.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great-tasting family tradition.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Head of the second in game 2, Revs with a 2-0 lead without a hit. Robert Carson back at it. First pitch to Jorge Fernandez is right there for a strike. Switch hitter, batting from the right, hitting cleanup. Getting the start in right field. He's hitting .240, 11 homers, 35 driven in. And the 0-1, swing and a miss on a fastball up. And Carson quickly ahead. Beat Kyle Simon at New Britain on Thursday night, his last start. He's ready. Here's the 0-2. And that misses high. It'll be Fernandez, Gomez, De La Hoz, 4-5-6 this inning. After Carson went foul out, ground out, fly out in the top of the first tonight. It's the 1-2. And that is off the plate away. Carson, the previous start, 7 innings, 2 runs, and a win against Southern Maryland, so he's looking for his third straight. 15 innings, 2 runs combined the last 2. The 2-2, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 91, and he's gone 4 up, 4 down to start the night. His 7 innings had been a season best. When he got to 7 in his start Thursday, it was the 4th time he had done it, but he didn't stop there. He then went 8. Now here is Edwin Gomez, who's hitting .231, 5 homers. First pitch, breaking ball just outside. He was 0 for 2 with a sac fly in game 1. Started at third base, had a tough day there. He's at first base tonight. The 1-0, and that misses high. This homestand wraps up tomorrow night, 6:30. Troy Terzi against Raul Rivera. Carson delivers, and a swing and a pop foul out of play. First base side. Revs a 2-0 lead here in the second inning in game 2. Now ready, here's the 2-1. And a swing and a miss, high fastball. Again, working with Clark, who's back there tonight. In the infield, it's Dotel at third, Castillo at short. Harris at second, Nash at first, Clark catching. They give Tejeda, Casilla, Dent the second game off. Carson the 2-2, and a swing and a high fly foul. Nash will chase it toward the stands from first, and angling back toward the relievers, it lands just behind the Revs bullpen seating, hops up the seats, and he gives his bullpen teammates a couple of words. He is always mixing it up with somebody. Teammates or the other team. The outfield tonight, it's Mesa in left, Witherspoon in center, Mitchell in right. That is the defensive alignment here in game 2. Carson sets the 2-2 pitch. It is off the plate away. Pretty efficient first inning. Carson's next pitch will be his 20th. He's ready. Fires it. And a swing and a miss. He got Gomez to go up the ladder. Back-to-back strikeouts. And he has set down his first 5 tonight. Revs Baseball brought to you by Wise Markets, York Water Company, and Twin Pine Country Farm Store. 2 down. Here is the catcher, Robert De La Hoz. He was a backup at Long Island earlier in the year. 2 games with the Road Warriors. He's 2 for 5 at the plate with a homer, which was at Southern Maryland over the weekend. And the first offering, fastball a little high. De La Ho's 25 years old. He's from New York. Pitch, swinging a high fly straight away center. Witherspoon drifting back. He's got it, waits on it, makes the grab. Turns sideways as he was going back, and he reels it in. He'll chuck it back to the infield as he runs in. 1-2-3 second inning for Robert Carson. 6 up, 6 down. Revs lead it 2-0. We go to the bottom of the second here in Game 2.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2018 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the new WOIK app.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOIK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Revs a 2-0 lead. We go to the bottom half of the second inning here in Game 2 tonight. Darrell Henry along with Michael Mark Antonini. 16-4 win in Game 1. Revs with Dotel, Castillo, and Witherspoon coming up. Got 2 runs without a hit against Mariel Checo in the first inning. 2 walks, 3 combined steals between Harris and Mitchell. And then Mesa sac fly, Nash sac fly, and it's 2-0. Here's Dotel, who is hitting .313 with York. First pitch is up high. Overall .302. He was 2 for 4 with a double, an RBI, and a run in the opener. The wind, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider from Checo. For the Revs tomorrow, play at 6:30. We're on at 6:10. Friday, they complete the suspended game at Somerset. There's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider. And it is a 4 p.m. resume time. I don't even know if anybody will be in the place, but we'll be on the air. 4 p.m. to resume it. And then, depending on the time in between, we'll break, and the second game is at 7:05, or the regularly scheduled game. So it'll be a unique trip, to say the least. Dotel asks for time briefly. Checo stares, nods yes. Here's the windup, the 1-2. And a swing and a foul tip into the mitt of De La Ho's. Strikeout swinging, 1 away. Revs still don't have a hit, despite leading it 2-0. Henry Castillo coming up. Well, Revs fans, stop in and visit Famous Hot Wiener's newest location after the game at the BJ's Target Complex in West Manchester. You can also visit us at our 2 Hanover locations, one in the north end of town at 160 Dart Drive or downtown at 101 Broadway. Go Revs. Here's Castillo. First pitch is smoked to center. Hibbert in, has to pull up and play it on a hop. And Castillo, who else? He's got the first hit of the game on a bullet to center field. He's a 1-out base runner.
Oh, he's a nice player. He really is. Everything he does, it's not all flashy, but everything he does, he plays the game hard. He's up there fighting, grinding out at bats. I love what he does in the field. He can play multiple positions, and he's just locked in right now. I mean, I've said that about a lot of guys over the last week just because there's so many guys that are locked in, but I think when you're talking about who's been locked in the most, he's at the top of the list. Everything's hit hard, too.
Now Travis Witherspoon, first at bat of the day. First pitch slider, it's a called strike. It was right around when Witherspoon was acquired 2 years ago that Checo went down, so there aren't a lot of former teammates of his still in York 2 years later. Tejeda would be one, Nash would be one. 0-1, it is off the plate away. Witherspoon hitting .248, 6 homers, 26 driven in. The Revs a 5-man position player bench here today, activating Mesa, making Atkins inactive until his next start. 1-1, and a swing and a foul tip squirted behind home plate. Witherspoon did not play in game 1. But he's in there along with Clark and Burgess, who were not in the game 1 lineup. Revs also have Diaz and Figueroa, who've yet to play today. Now we have time called for some reason. 1 on, 1 out. Revs lead it 2-0 here in the second inning. Checo stares in, nods yes to it, and he'll step off and look Castillo back. And Henry, he's hitting it to all fields. That base hit he just had was slightly toward left center, slightly other way. 1-2. And a swing and a foul tip off the face mask of De La Hoz. Checo now at 32 pitches. He's recorded 4 outs. It's been deep counts throughout. This is his 8th batter faced. Tyler Clark rounding out the order is on deck. And Checo steps off, staring over at Castillo. Now ready. And fires. It is way outside and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The Revs are doing a good job taking pitches against Checo tonight. They're letting him come to them instead of being over-aggressive early. They've been aggressive, but not over-aggressive, and picking the right pitches to go after.
Now ready again. 2-2. Swing and a bouncer softly to third. Pierre charges, gloves, gets rid of it quickly on the run. They'll get the out at first as Castillo moves to second base with 2 away. And Tyler Clark will look to add to the lead, 2-0. He'll bat with a 2-out opportunity here.
I'm sure he's ready to get going now that he's fully cleared. That home run he hit last week was pretty impressive, given the fact that he was still dealing with a lot of pain in his left hand and that finger. He grinded through about a week behind the dish. Not playing every day, but still about a week on the active roster, a little more. When he really should have been on the DL, but helped the team out. He's such a team player, and he does so many things to help this team win. It's good to see him finally back healthy.
Absolutely. His 6th home run that he hit. First pitch, it is a fastball just inside. So he was off the DL to give the team some catching depth when Cruz went down. Diaz was catching every day. They had to give him a day or two here and there. So they activated Clark. He was willing to do it even though he wasn't fully healed. It's the type of guy he is. Then when Tejeda got back, they put him on the DL again. Pitch, it is a check swing, bouncer back to Checo. He'll jog toward first and shot put it over to end the inning. Revs do pick up their first hit of the game, but strand a runner. We'll go to the third. Michael with the play-by-play. The Revs with a 2-0 lead.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
We go to the top of the third inning from PeoplesBank Park. Michael Marcantonini taking over on the play-by-play. It's the Revs 2 and the Road Warriors nothing as Robert Carson looks to throw up his third straight 0 in the scorebook. He's retired the Road Warriors in order through 2 innings. He is perfect through those 2. He's gone pop-out, ground-out, fly-out, strikeout, strikeout, fly-out. And he has 7, 8, 9 Armindo Escobar, Daniel Aldrich, and Matt Hibbert to face here in the top of the third. 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors for the Revs. No runs on no hits, no errors for the Road Warriors. Revs took game 1 16-4. Looking to make it a doubleheader sweep for the 3rd time this year as Carson gets a foul tip from Escobar back to the netting behind home plate. It's 0-1. The Revs previously swept the Road Warriors in a doubleheader in late July. That was a rain-affected series. It ended up being a 2-game, 1-day series because of rain. And this doubleheader today because of that rain out in that series. Now Escobar shoots one the other way through the hole between first and second, a base hit. First hit of the game for the Road Warriors, and Carson's perfect game bid and no-hit bid end there. Sure, it's only 2 innings, but nonetheless, it ends. So with a man on first and no outs, here's Aldrich. He was the K-man in game 1, and it was a good pick. He struck out all 3 times up and swinging all 3 times. Last night he was 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. So 0 for 6 with 5 strikeouts in the series. Left on left, Carson misses outside with the first pitch. It's 1-0. 2-0 Revs top 3. And what is going to end up being a long night of baseball. 14 innings and 2 games, that'll get you. 1-0 pitch to Aldrich. That one's going to drop in front of Spoon in right center field. That's a base hit. First and second for the Road Warriors with no outs in the 3rd. Back-to-back base hits for them. As Aldrich picks up his first hit of the series, the Germany native. Here's Matt Hibbert, who homered to left center in game 1 of this doubleheader. The other 2 times he struck out. Picked up just his 2nd homer of the year. Hibbert, not a power guy, known for his speed and defense, has a pretty good arm out in center field. We've seen him showcasing on a couple rifles to home plate. But he did tank one in game one. Carson checks second. Now the pitch to Hibbert. Fastball misses high, 1-0. First and second for the Road Warriors. 2-0 Revs lead in the third as they look to keep it that way. The Revs got both their runs on sac flies in the first inning. Melky Mesa and Telvin Nash both to center in the first. Revs have scored the first run of the game the same way in both games. Sac fly to center. Both Mesa. 1-0 pitch coming to Hibbert. Broke his bat. Fly ball left center field. Mesa coming on. He's under it. Makes the grab. 1 out here in the third. The barrel of the bat flew down towards the third base line. Gabe Suarez will pick it up and hit it to the bat boy. Hibbert retired. So that's a big out, number 1 for Carson, who allowed singles to the first 2 batters of the inning. Now he comes back and gets Hibbert on a lazy fly ball. Back to the top of the order, the leadoff man, Osvaldo Martinez. Martinez, a guy who is just in there every single night. He has played both games of the doubleheader both times against the Revs this season. This is his 96th game of the year. He's always in the lineup for Eli Rodriguez, a gamer. First pitch cutter on the outside corner. It's 0-1. The Road Warriors leader in games played, Gustavo Pierre, 113 games. That is counting his pitching appearance in game 1. He is in the lineup in game 2 as well. 0-1 pitch, fouled down the right field line. Martinez in an 0-2 hole now. But Martinez now at 96 games. He is 4th on the Road Warriors in that department. No, 5th. Escobar at second, Aldrich at first. 0-2 the count on Martinez. Here's Carson's offering. That one's chopped down the first baseline foul. It was a fastball in the outer half. Count remains 0-2. It's 2-0 Revs, top of the third inning. Big thanks to anyone tuned into the broadcast, either watching on YouTube or listening on WOYK. Special shout out to the ones out there who've listened to both games, taking in the doubleheader with us. On a hot and humid night. I mean, we're past 9:30 and it's still really hot and humid here. It says 87 degrees on the stadium scoreboard. Now this one's driven to deep left center. That's going to be extra bases. It might leave the yard. It's off the base of the wall. 1 run is in for the Road Warriors. Here comes a second. Relay throw from Castillo. No throw. Throw goes to second instead. It tips off Harris's glove. Nash the backup though. A 2 RBI double for Osvaldo Martinez. And the Road Warriors have tied the game at 2 in the top of inning number 3. Well, this team doesn't quit. They get blown out in game 1 and come back and tie the game early in game 2. Osvaldo Martinez has been a very tough out in this series. 3 for 4 in game 1 of the series yesterday. In game 1 of the doubleheader, game 2 of the series right before this, he went 1 for 2, but reached on 2 walks as well. So reached base 3 times safely in back-to-back games, and now a 2 RBI double to tie the game in the third. Here's the 2-hitter Geraldo Valentin. He swings at the first pitch and sends one foul out of play right side. Third extra base hit of the series now for Martinez. He now has 26 RBIs on the season. Valentin in the righty batter's box, ready for the 0-1. He fouls that one out of play as Carson gets ahead 0-2 again. Carson had Martinez ahead 0-2. Then left one a little bit out over the plate. Valentin rocking the high socks, getting set to dig back in. We're tied at 2 now in the top of the third. Carson's allowed 3 hits in the inning. Single, then they got a fly out, then the double from Martinez. Road Warriors out hitting the Revs 3-1. Carson set, 0-2 pitch, fastball a little bit low and outside for a ball, 1-2. The Revs set a season high for runs in a 7-inning game with 16 in game 1. Previous high was 14 against these Road Warriors in mid-June. 1-2 pitch coming from Carson. Fastball misses outside again. It's 2-2. Rob will give up a lot of hits. Over 120 hits given up on the season coming in 107 1/3 innings. But he doesn't walk guys. Only 26 free passes issued on the year. And that's why his ERA is where it is, at least coming in at 3.43. 2-2 pitch again. Valentin chops one to third. Dotel has it. Looks the runner back to second. Throw to first. Got him. 5-3 the put out. Wellington Dotel does it all. The outfielder by trade. He plays all three outfield positions, or can at least. But has some experience playing shortstop in his minor league career and is making his second start at third base tonight. He retires Valentin. 2 outs now in the third. Osvaldo Martinez remains at second base. Well, here's Gustavo Pierre, the third baseman. 0 for 1, flew out to right his first time up. Pierre pitched an inning in game 1 of this doubleheader. It was his 10th career pitching appearance. And he swings and foul tips one into the glove of Clark. Fastball at 90 miles an hour, the first pitch. Pierre ended up giving up 2 runs in that inning. Telvin Nash had an RBI double, Isaiah Tejeda an RBI single. But he did strike out a batter. He got Dotel on strikes. 0-1 pitch coming up with 2 outs. Pierre swings through a changeup. Good one from Rob, pulled the string. It's 0-2. Pierre is the K-man in this game. So Revs will look to get him on strikes. 0-2, 2 outs in the inning. Man on second. We're tied at 2 in the third. Carson set on the mound. He checks second. Pause. Leg kick and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball upstairs, swing and a miss. Pierre went for the high cheese and came up empty. Well, Rob Carson gives up 2 runs in the inning. The Road Warriors get those 2 runs on 3 hits. But Carson keeps it a tie game and will go to the bottom of the third. Revs 2 and the Road Warriors 2.
This is Dan Connolly of the Athletic Baltimore. Join me all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. I've got you covered every week with the latest news and insights on all things Orioles and all things MLB. Plus exclusive interviews straight from the Orioles clubhouse and from my colleagues around the league. The Baltimore Baseball Show, Mondays at 6, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Steve Navaroli. Join me Saturday mornings at 9 for Central PA Game Day, presented by Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Tune in each week as we break down the latest in high school sports, including Friday night's big games, the week's top performers, and the rest of the sports scene, both locally and nationally. Central PA Game Day, presented by Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Saturdays at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Feelings of stress, sadness, or anxiousness can be signs of depression or other mental health issues that should be addressed. If life seems too difficult to manage, Presley Ridge can help. Call Presley Ridge today, and our team of compassionate mental health professionals will help you enjoy your life again. Presley Ridge offers mental health services for all ages in York and Harrisburg. Make an appointment today. Call 717-845-6624 or visit presleyridge.org/outpatient.
This hour on WOYK is brought to you by Maple Donuts. Quality you can see.
Revs and Road Warriors knotted at 2, bottom of the third inning from PeoplesBank Park. Mariel Checo, the former Rev, has allowed just 1 hit through 2 innings, but he gave up 2 runs after walking the first 2 hitters of the game in the first. And the Revs stole 3 bases in that first inning. Harris 2, Mitchell 1. Harris then came in to score on Mesa's sac fly. And Mitchell scored on Nash's sac fly to make it 2-0. But the Road Warriors tied the game in the top of the third on Osvaldo Martinez's 2 RBI double to left center. And here we are knotted at 2 in the bottom of the third. Top of the order for the Revs, Harris, Mitchell, Mesa. As Checo readies his first pitch of the inning. Breaking ball a little bit inside on Zoe. Had to jump out of the way. It's 1-0. We have a final from Long Island. The New Britain Bees have defeated the Long Island Ducks, so that helps the Revs. And the Somerset Patriots beat the Lancaster Barnstormers. That also helps the Revs as Harris fouls one back to the netting. It's 1-1.
A lot of scoreboard watching for the Revs over this final week and a half of the season. They need some things to break right for them in front of them. However, as long as they keep winning, they're going to put themselves in a good position to reach the postseason. 1-1 pitch to Harris. He shows bunt, taps it foul right side, so was not able to get one down right there. And the count goes to 1-2. 2 runs on only 1 hit for the Revs, 2 runs on 3 hits for the Road Warriors. Hopefully the Revs didn't use all their runs and hits in game 1. 16 runs on, I believe it was 15 hits in the first game of this doubleheader. 1-2 pitch coming from Checo. Here it is. Slider misses low and away. It's 2-2. Well, the Revs are now a season high 7 games over 500 at 61-54. 6 games over in the second half at 29-23. Looking to go 8 over overall and 7 in the second half. 2-2 to Harris. Breaking ball misses just off the plate. The catcher De La Hoz thought that was strike 3. Checo thought it was strike 3 as well. But a good take from Harris. It is instead ball 3. 3-2 now with no outs in the bottom of the third. It was 16 runs on 18 hits in game 1 for the Revs. Their season high for hits in a game is 20, so they didn't quite get there. But had this been a 9-inning game, they might have. Time called. Harris wanted it. He'll take his helmet off, wipe some sweat on his sleeves. I think he just kissed his bat, maybe for some good luck. He'll step back in the box. It's a lot different than licking your bat like Yasiel Puig does. Seen Jose Bautista kiss his bat before. Some guys do things like that. See what Zoe can do with the 3-2 pitch coming from Checo. We're tied at 2 in the third. De La Hoz wants it outside. Here's the payoff pitch. Chop foul, third base side. Zoe reached for it to protect. And the at-bat continues. Harris hit his second official homer of the season in game 1. Should have been his 4th. He had 2 home runs and went 3 for 3 in the game that was wiped out against Lancaster here a couple weeks ago. 3-2 pitch coming again. Ball 4, missed down and away. Second time Harris has walked in this one. He already has stolen 2 bags and scored a run in this game, so he's a threat to do the same here in this inning as Jared Mitchell comes up. It was 16 runs on 18 hits and no errors in the first game for the Revs. Meanwhile, the Road Warriors, 4 runs on 6 hits with 2 errors. So the Revs did take advantage of a little bit of sloppy defense, but the game was won before those errors were made. That was just later in the game. Here's Mitchell with Harris on first and no outs. Zoe takes off for second right away. Pitch is high, throw down to second, not in time, and it skips into center field again, but Zoe will stay at second. Harris is 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts in this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if in a matter of a minute or two he's 4 for 4 after taking third. But now a man at second for Mitchell with no outs in the third. The Revs trying to retake this lead. Mitchell was the only Rev without a hit in game 1. In fact, he was the only Rev without 2 hits in game 1. But he did reach base safely. Also reached base on 2 errors and did score a run. The other 8 Rev starters in game 1 had at least 2 hits. Pretty impressive. Harris and Casilla each had 3. Well, Mitchell now looking for his first hit of the day, or the night. And Checo taking forever on the mound to take the sign from De La Hoz, and now they're going to call for time. De La Hoz asks for it. Checo will step off. Alonzo Harris is at second base. He has not moved from his lead. 1-0 the count as the crowd grows restless. Now Checo steps off again. I'm surprised De La Hoz hasn't gone out for a chat yet just to get on the same page. We're tied at 2 in the bottom of the third as Mitchell looks to give the Revs the lead. Zoe's already stolen 3 bags in the game, 1 in the inning. Now Mitchell swings through a slider down in the zone. It's 1-1. Alonzo has been impressive running the bases this season. He's only been caught twice since making his season debut on August 4th. He technically made his season debut on August 3rd because that suspended game, which he did not start in, he came in late in the game on August 5th when it was resumed. So his physical first game this season with the Revs was on August 4th, but in the books it goes down as August 3rd. One of those funny baseball quirks. The time was called again. Checo and De La Hoz just cannot get on the same page. The count is 1-1 on Jared Mitchell. And here's the pitch. Make it 2-1. Ball low and away. Zoe stays at second. 2-1. Harris is 8 for 10 in stolen base attempts this year. It's a guy who's taken advantage of walks as well. He's now walked 12 times this season after the 2 walks here in Game 2. Checo looks at second. The 2-1 to Mitchell. Make it 3-1. That one's outside. Checo definitely bothered by Harris out at second base. He's also probably bothered a little bit by the fact that he and De La Hoz are having trouble getting on the same page. Tied at 2, bottom 3. 3-1 the count on Mitchell with no outs and Harris at second. He's got a big lead, but Martinez, the shortstop, right behind him. 3-1 to Mitchell, fouls it back into the netting, and the count goes full. Not much regular season baseball left for the Revs after this Road Warriors series. After the season finale and series finale tomorrow with the Road Warriors. 3.5 games this weekend at Somerset, the suspended game that needs to be finished. Then 2 games against the Road Warriors next Tuesday and Wednesday. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday at home against Somerset, and that'll do it for the regular season. Revs hoping their season doesn't come to a complete end there. Zoe still at second with no outs. 3-2 the count on Mitchell. Checo looks at Zoe. Long stare at him. Now he comes to the plate. He misses high, ball 4. And now Mitchell and Harris have each walked twice in their 2 plate appearances tonight. 4 walks in the game for Checo. Has not issued a free pass to anyone else in the lineup, only these 2. And with runners at first and second and no outs in a tie game, that brings up the milkman, Melky Mesa, to the dish. Mesa drove in 3 runs in Game 1. He had 2 hits. He's driven in 1 run with a sac fly so far in Game 1. 1 off, Blake Galen, who leads the Atlantic League in ribbies. Zoe takes off for third. Mitchell for second. The throw goes to second. Mitchell slides in safe. Zoe safe, of course, at third. Another double steal for Alonzo Harris and Jared Mitchell. Mitchell 2 for 2 in swipe bags tonight. Harris 4 for 4, tying his season high, which is also a Revs season high in the stolen base department. And this bottom of the 3rd inning is unfolding very much like the bottom of the 1st inning. Harris and Mitchell walk. Harris steals second. Mitchell and Harris then do a double steal. And Mesa up with no outs and runners at second and third. Game is tied at 2, but maybe not for long. Checo to the plate, the 1-0. Mesa swings through it. Oh, a foul tip into De La Hoz's glove. And it's 1-1. Six stolen bases is tie for 3rd in a game in Revs history. That's what the Revs have so far. And the game is young, only in the 3rd of 7. 1-1 coming to Mesa. That one inside a fastball. It's 2-1. Well, Harris in his physical season debut on August 4th was 4 for 4 in stolen bases. That was against Southern Maryland. That is a Revs single game season high. Revs team season high for stolen bases in a game is 6. They did it on August 4th against Southern Maryland, that same game. So Mesa takes the 2-1 low and away. It's 3-1. Well, Mariel Checo has struggled to find the strike zone against the top of the Revs lineup. The bottom has not been an issue, but Harris and Mitchell have both walked twice. Mesa 1 ball away from walking and loading the bases on free passes. Harris at third, Mitchell at second. We're knotted at 2 in the bottom of the third. This is a 7-inning game, just as game 1 was. So Revs look to sweep the doubleheader and officially win this 4-game series in just 3 games. Checo set on the mound. Mesa ready. Here's the 3-1. Line drive, left center field. That has a chance to leave the yard, and it does. Melky Mesa, 3-run home run, a line drive shot over the left center field wall, his 18th homer of the season, and he now leads the Atlantic League in RBIs. He's played a little over 20 less games than Blake Galen, who he just passed in that department. And Melky Mesa, the Milkman, delivers once again. It's now a 5-2 Revs lead. We are only in the bottom of the third inning. The Revs tack on 3 more, 4 RBIs in the game for Melky. He has 7 on the day. Daryl, the Milkman, just keeps doing his job.
Unreal. 81 now in 90 games played. And you got a pitch middle in, nice short swing. It took off, line shot, but then the Revs speed bothered Checo in the inning, and that led to Mesa's big hit.
Here's Telvin Nash with the bases empty and no outs. Ball 1 low and away. 5-2 Revs. They only have 2 hits in the game. Castillo, a 1-out single in the second, and now the Mesa 3-run homer. That ball was blistered. Picked a good spot in the park to hit it. Didn't have a lot of height, but it had the distance. 1-0 to Nash. Fastball outside corner. Telvin got into the hit party late in game 1. Ended up with 2 hits in the game. Went 2 for 5 with an RBI. 1-1 from Checo. That pitch misses low and away. It's 2-1. The Road Warriors have bullpen action. Robert Carson has been spotted some more runs to work with. He now will have at least a 3-run lead going back out for the top of the 4th. 2-1 pitch coming to Telvin. Here it is. Off the end of the bat, foul ball right side. It's 2-2. Well, Mesa's 18 home runs on the year put him in sole possession, I believe, of 4th place in the Atlantic League. To double check that. He was tied for 4th coming into the night. Two balls and 2 strikes on Nash with no outs in the bottom of the third. Revs already have 3 runs in the inning. They lead 5-2. 2-2. Nash grounds 1 to third. Gustavo Pierre is there. Sidearm throw to first. He gets Nash for the first out of the inning. So Checo, it takes him to the 4th batter of the frame to get out number 1. Melky Mesa continues his hot pace, and he is now tied for 3rd in the Atlantic League with his 18 home runs. He leads the Revs by 3 in that department. Jose Ortega getting loose for the Road Warriors. Ryan Dent 2nd on the team with 15, but Melky has him beat by 3. Here's Michael Burgess, the DH. He sees a fastball low in the zone. It's 1-0. 5-2 Revs, bottom 3. 7 runs batted in for Melky Mesa in the doubleheader. And he's not done yet. Checo getting ready to deliver the 1-0 to Burgess. De La Hoz wants it low. And the pitch. He gets it low, but way inside Burgess takes. It's 2-0. Burgess ready in the box. Checo taking his time on the hill. Burgess awaiting the 2-0. And the pitch. Slider misses. No, it's called a strike on the outside corner according to Derek Moshe. It's 2-1. So the right-hander Ortega, who we saw last night, is loosening once again. And we're going to get you some more numbers on Mesa as we dig them up. There's so many to throw out there. And the guy has just been absolutely on fire this year, and there's no slowing him down. But for now, Burgess at the dish with a 2-1 count, bases empty. Well, he laces one foul into the seats, right field side. It's 2-2 with 1 out and no one on. 5-2 Revs, bottom 3. Well, we mentioned it's the 18th home run of the year for Mesa. And with the 4 RBIs in this game, the 3 in Game 1, he now has 26 multi-RBI games this season for the Revs. The next closest on the team is Wellington Dotel, who has 14. Mesa has 16 2 RBI games, 8 3 RBI games, and now 2 4 RBI games, with a chance at more here in Game 2. He's given the Revs the lead twice tonight, give him 20 lead RBIs on the year as well. 2-2, 1-out pitch coming to Burgess. And Checo will step off once again. 5-2 Revs, home half of the third. Here's Burgess's 2-2. This one flicked into shallow center, but a couple steps behind the second base bag is Osvaldo Martinez, the shortstop, to make the grab in shallow center. And Burgess is retired. So Checo's come back and get the next 2 hitters. He's gotten the next 2 hitters after the 3-run homer. That brings up Wellington Dotel, who's playing third base in Game 2. He was a late addition to the lineup. Steven Figueroa was supposed to start at the hot corner, but Dotel, who was going to get the nightcap off, is in there. He's ready with 2 outs and no one on. First pitch swing, and he comes up empty on a fastball outside corner. Well, the Somerset Patriots have taken a 2-0 lead on Lancaster in the bottom of the second inning in Clipper Magazine Stadium in the nightcap of the doubleheader. Fastball to Dotel, misses outside, 1-1. Things are happening in the Revs' favor tonight. The Revs win this game, that will only help. If the Patriots win the nightcap and sweep Lancaster in the doubleheader, that will be even better. 1-1 pitch coming to Dotel. Darryl, it's a shame the Ducks and Bees aren't playing in a doubleheader, and the Bees could sweep that one too.
The way it's going, I wish they were.
Yeah.
One's not enough. But there's a whole lot that could unfold just tonight, standings-wise. It's amazing.
2 outs and no one on for Dotel. 2-1 pitch coming from Checo. This one fought off the hands. Dotel sends it backwards. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a 5-2 lead for the Revs. They've put up a 3 spot so far in the bottom of the third. Dotel a chance to extend the inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Slider flicked foul right side. Count remains even at 2. The Revs put up 5 runs in the second inning in Game 1, 7 runs, which tied a season high. It was the 4th time they did that. They did that in the third inning in Game 1. 2 more multi-run innings in Game 2. 2-2 pitch coming from Checo. He waits for the sign from De La Hoz. Now Dotel wants time, as Checo is not working too fast here in the inning. Now he's ready. The 2-2 pitch coming. Here it is. Dotel sends it to right center and deep. Fernandez going back. He won't get there. It's over his head. It one hops the wall. Dotel digging for 2. He'll pull up there. A stand-up 2-bagger with swagger for Wellington Dotel. And the Revs add another extra base hit in the inning. Make it 2 in the frame. And the inning continues for Henry Castillo.
Well, he hits it the other way as hard as a lot of guys hit it when they get the bat head out in front and clobber it to the pool side of the field. And just up and down the order, all these hitters a little bit different, but in their own way. They have been so much fun to watch click together. When we talk about some of the things happening around the league that helps the Revs in the standings tonight, still need a lot of help, but have to love what you're seeing.
Well, he got jammed a bit, it looked like, on that one, and still was able to get the bat out in front and drive that pitch. But it's not surprising when he does that, but it's almost like, wow, like this guy is just that good and that strong.
And he works at it too. See him during the day, he's out there working on going the other way. It doesn't happen by accident.
2 outs and Dotel at second for Henry Castillo. First pitch from Checo, slider in for a strike, 0-1. 5-2 Revs lead, home half of the third. Melky Mesa drilled a 3-run homer over the left center field wall to give the Revs the lead once again after the game was tied at 2 heading into the inning. Harris and Mitchell each with 2 runs scored and 2 walks each. Henry Castillo swings through a slider there. It's 0-2. Harris is 4 for 4 in stolen bases. Mitchell 2 for 2. Harris stole second and third. Mitchell stole second in both the first and third innings. So those two have set the tone at the top. 0-2 pitch coming to Castillo. He's 1 for 1 with a single in this one. Hitting .311 now on the year with a homer and 16 RBIs. Another guy that just can't be slowed down right now. 0-2 pitch coming up as Checo peers in at De La Hoz. Dotel waiting out at second. See if Castillo can bring him home. Now the 0-2 pitch, fastball misses high and away. It's 1-2. It's the Revs 5 and the Road Warriors 2 with 2 outs and a man on second. Bottom of the third inning of 7 in this one. Now Checo to the plate. Castillo takes low. Another slider, and it's now 2-2. We will keep you updated throughout the night on the Somerset and Lancaster game, the second game of that doubleheader. But last we checked, Somerset was winning, and that is good news for the Revs. Right now the Revs in sole possession of second place in the second half standings of the Freedom Division. Not that that means too much. 2-2 pitch to Castillo, roped at first base, but on a line, Edwin Gomez makes the grab, and the inning is over. But the Revs get 3 runs on a shot over the left center field wall from Melky Mesa, his 18th homer of the season. 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors. 1 man left on. We'll go to the top of the 4th. It's the Revs 5 and the Road Warriors 2.
WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2018 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the new WOIK app.
The York Revolution will host Ladies' Night presented by UPMC Pinnacle Friday, September 14th at PeoplesBank Park as we take on the Somerset Patriots with gates opening at 5:30. Ladies get in for free thanks to UPMC Pinnacle. Ladies can pick up their ticket in advance in our ticket office, 1 ticket per woman. The first 1,000 fans through the gates will receive a beanie hat giveaway courtesy of Health South Rehabilitation Hospital of York. The night will include shopping on the concourse from various vendors, discounts in the First Capital Federal Credit Union team store, and a scavenger hunt with prizes. Ladies' Night, Friday, September 14th at PeoplesBank Park.
Show your patriotism and Rev spirit with the new York Revolution Hat Pack. Get 6 undated ticket vouchers to use any way you'd like and 2 parking passes, plus an exclusive Revolution hat featuring the Revs logo in red, white, and blue. It's an exclusive design from York's own Legacy Athletic and one you can only get through this special offer. The Revs Hat Pack, 6 game ticket vouchers, 2 parking passes, and an exclusive Revolution baseball cap, all for just $75. Get yours while supplies last at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Top of the 4th inning from PeoplesBank Park. Michael Marcantonini and Darrell Henry with you on the call. Robert Carson had to wait quite some time in the dugout in the bottom of the 3rd, but the Revs got 3 more runs on Melky Mesa's 3-run homer. They lead it 5-2 as Carson starts off 1-1 against Jorge Fernandez, leading off the 4th. First pitch was a ball, the second a strike. Now Carson with 3 runs of support to re-give the Revs the lead. He has 5 runs of support in the game. Swing and a miss, fastball upstairs, Fernandez chased. The count's 1-2. It's Fernandez, Gomez, De La Hoz, 4, 5, 6 for the Road Warriors. Revs only have 3 hits, but they've made them count. They've taken advantage of walks from Checo. He's walked 4. Harris and Mitchell each twice. Now Clark wants the 1-2 low and outside. It's outside, but a little high. And the count goes to 2-2. Jose Ortega continues to warm up for the Road Warriors in the pen. The Revs are riding Carson for as long as he can go tonight. Joe Van Meter went 5 innings in Game 1. James Puglisi the final 2. 2-2 pitch, fly ball right field. That'll get out of play, foul onto the concourse. The Revs have 6 stolen bases in the game. Harris 4, Mitchell 2. They have not been caught. That ties a season high with 6, and it's tie for the 3rd most in a game in Revs history. Harris with 4 stolen bases ties his season high with 4. That is also a team season high. 2-2 the count on Fernandez, the right-handed hitter. Open stance for him, hands low. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball in for strike 3. 4 Ks in the game for Carson. And there's 1 out in the top of the 4th. Fernandez has gone down on strikes twice tonight. That brings up Edwin Gomez, who's at first base here in the 2nd game of the doubleheader. Played 3rd base in Game 1 and struggled a bit. Made 2 errors, both on cue shots that Mitchell hit off the end of the bat at him. When he's over at first, caught a line drive hit by Castillo to end the bottom of the 3rd. He takes a fastball for a ball, 1-0. 1 out in the inning, no one on. It's a 5-2 Revs lead, each team with 3 hits. Now a ball from the Road Warriors bullpen goes all the way across the field, and it rolls to the Revs on deck circle on the first base line. And now the bat boy is going to sling it to Gabe Suarez, the Road Warriors 3rd base coach. Good chuck from the bat boy. So 1-0 the count on Gomez. Carson ready. And the pitch, swing and miss, fastball outside, 89 on the gun. Can't spot that one any better than Carson did right there, right on the outer black. And it's 1-1. Infield back all the way around for the Revs. Here's the 1-1 swing and a miss. That looked like a changeup down in the zone. It's 1-2. Dotel at 3rd is a couple steps behind the 3rd base bag and guarding the line. Castillo deep at short. Same with Harris at 2nd. Nash at 1st is a few steps behind the bag and way off the line. Playing Gomez the pull. The switch hitter Gomez batting right. 1-2 pitch from Carson. Fastball misses high and away. It's 2-2. The Revs led 2-0 after 1. The Road Warriors tied it with 2 in the top of the 3rd. The Revs got 3 back on the Mesa 3-run homer. They lead it 5-2 here in the 4th. 2-2 pitch coming from Carson. That misses way outside. It's 3-2. Robert De La Hoz, the catcher, waiting on deck. He was having trouble getting on the same page with Mariel Checo, who threw 39 pitches in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It was a rough inning for Checo. Carson at just 51 through 3 1/3. Now the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed upstairs. Fastball up in the zone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Carson for 2 outs here in the 4th. He's now struck out Fernandez and Gomez twice each. And the last 3 outs Carson has recorded have all come via the strikeout. That brings up De La Hoz, the catcher, a chance for Carson to work his second 1-2-3 inning of the night, which he did with Fernandez, Gomez, and De La Hoz in the 2nd. A chance to do that again. And a chance to strike out the side and make it 4 Ks in a row. First pitch to De La Hoz, a cutter that misses upstairs. 1-0. 5-2 Revs lead, top 4. Carson is looking to carve up the Road Warriors here in the frame. 1-0 pitch coming, change up in for a strike. It's 1-1. Carson went a season-high 8 innings, giving up no runs in his last start against New Britain. He has won 2 starts in a row. His season high for strikeouts is 8. He's done that twice. He's got 5 so far. 1-1 pitch, tap foul, 3rd base line. It's 1-2. And Dotel just faked as if he was going to field it and make the throw to first. That dude just has all the fun he can out there. It's awesome to watch. I'm sure he's loving getting another start at third. That was a last-minute thing. Keeps swinging the bat well. Doesn't matter where you stick him in the field. 1-2 pitch coming up to De La Hoz. Here it is. Change up low in the dirt. Clark blocks it on the inside corner to keep it in front. 2-2. Clark wearing the tools of ignorance tonight for the first time since coming off the DL. He's looked great back there. Very good defensive catcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in a 5-2 game, top 4. Here's Carson's next pitch. This one sent to center field, straight away, Witherspoon under it. Trotting back, he makes the grab, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Robert Carson. He's retired 5 in a row. It's his second 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, with the Revs still leading the Road Warriors 5-2.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
We are your auto loan experts. Hello, I'm Sue DeStefano, President and CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. With terms you can trust and competitive rates as low as 2.49% APR, First Capital is the first place to go when you're looking for an auto loan. At First Capital, you're a member, not just a number. You can apply for your loan online at firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any of our branches. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Revs Time meets School Pride on Saturday, September 15th. It's High School Spirit Night at PeoplesBank Park, presented by UPMC Pinnacle. Cheer on your school and the spirited on-field performances of area cheer squads in the penultimate game of the York Revolution's 2018 season. Then stick around for the last fireworks show of the season, launched from center field. High School Spirit Night, Saturday, September 15th. Get tickets before they're gone. Visit YorkRevolution.com or call 717-801-HITS.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 4th inning from PeoplesBank Park. The Revs lead the Road Warriors 5-2. A chance to sweep this doubleheader and go up 3-0 in this 4-game series. The Revs won Game 1 16-4. They pounded out 18 hits. They only have 3 hits in Game 2, but 5 runs. Melky Mesa, a 3-run home run to give the Revs the lead in the bottom of the 3rd. And now here in the bottom of the 4th, new pitcher for the Road Warriors. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. It's the right-hander Jose Ortega, who the Revs saw last night. 5'11", 165-pound right-hander, native of Caja Seca, Venezuela. He takes over. He'll face Travis Witherspoon, Tyler Clark, and Alonzo Harris, 8-9-1. Ortega gets set to throw his first pitch of the inning. Checo's night is done. He went just 3 innings, allowing 5 runs, all earned. First pitch of the inning from Ortega. Swing and miss from Spoon. A fastball with some heat. It's 0-1. So 3 innings for Checo, the 5 runs. He walked 4, struck out just 1, and gave up 3 hits. The walks are what killed him. 0-1 pitch. Spoon fouls it back. It's 0-2. Revs lead at 5-2, bottom 4. Spoon the leadoff man. Checo threw 75 pitches, 41 strikes. He threw 39 pitches in the 3rd inning. And the Road Warriors will dip into their bullpen early again in this one. 0-2 on Spoon. As Ortega comes set, high leg kick and the pitch. Fastball way high up near Spoon's head. It's 1-2. Checo in line for the loss right now. Robert Carson, or the Revs starter, who's gone 4 innings, will be in line for the win if he completes the 5th. And no indication that he will come out. No bullpen action for the Revs. Carson pretty much cruising, other than a little hiccup in that 3rd inning. 1-2 pitch coming to Spoon. Slider misses high, 2-2. Each team with 3 hits, but the Revs a 3-run advantage over the Road Warriors. It's 5-2. This is the Revs' 11th doubleheader of the season. They've swept 2 of them. 2-2 to Spoon, line drive foul down the third base line. And the count remains even at 2. The last time the Revs played a doubleheader, it was against these Road Warriors at PeoplesBank Park. That was back on July 26th. The Revs won Game 1 7-3. They won Game 2 5-4 on a Travis Witherspoon walk-off single. 2-2 the count. De La Hoz setting up low and away. Pitch from Ortega. He does throw it low and away, but misses way low and way away. It's 3-2. So Witherspoon trying to become the 3rd Revs leadoff base runner of the night. Harris has led off the 1st and 3rd innings tonight with both walks. Spoon was down in the count. Chance to work his way all the way back and walk. Or reach base another way. Ortega's set. De La Hoz setting up way inside now. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Spoon pops it up, middle of the diamond, shallow center. Hibbert coming in. He's calling everyone else off. He makes the grab for out number 1. So Spoon sees 7 pitches, but flies out to start the inning. That brings up the 9-hitter Tyler Clark. Tyler Clark came into today's doubleheader hitting just 187 on the year, but that is a very misleading stat for what Tyler has meant to this team this year. The batting average dipped quite a bit over that week-and-a-half period where he was playing not completely healthy. He just was not really able to swing a bat, but was doing it anyway. Now he launches one out to deep left field. Going back is the left fielder Aldrich. He makes the grab on the track. That one off the bat looked like it had a chance because of the height, but just warning track power for Clark there, and he's out number 2 here in the 4th. 2 up, 2 down for the reliever Ortega. That brings up Zoe. He is not recorded an official at bat. 2 walks, 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts, and he scored 2 runs, similar to his season debut in early August when he walked 3 times, stole 4 bases, and scored a pair of runs. First pitch to Zoe. He swings and fouls it back. It's 0-1. The Road Warriors looking for their first 1-2-3 inning of the night. They got one of those in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Luis Cruz threw a 1-2-3 4th inning. But at that point, the Revs already had 14 runs. Revs leading Game 2 5-2 in the bottom of the 4th. No one on, 2 outs. The 0-1 to Zoe, swing and a miss. He pulled off that one. It's 0-2. Four steals in the game for Alonzo Harris. Count 0-2. Ortega set on the mound. Right-hander looks in at home plate. Leg kick and the 0-2 pitch. Chop foul as Zoe spoils the 0-2 into the seats down the left field line. 5-2 Revs lead, home half of the 4th of 7. Revs play their 6th doubleheader of the second half here today. 2nd against these Road Warriors. Oh, 0-2 pitch coming again. That one misses low and away. Ball 1-2. So Harris, who's with the 4 stolen bases in 4 attempts tonight, he came into the night 8 for 10. He's now 12 for 14 in that department, making the most of his opportunities on the base paths this season. This is his 26th game of the year. 1-2, 2-out pitch coming. Here it is. Chopper to short. Martinez backhands it. Throws to first. He gets the speedy Zoe by a step. And the inning is over. A 1-2-3 frame for the Road Warriors in the bottom of the 4th. But after 4 full, the Revs still in the lead. It's 5-2 York. We'll go to the top of the 5th next.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where is the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Top of the 5th inning from PeoplesBank Park. It's the Revs 5 and the Road Warriors 2. Hermindo Escobar, Daniel Aldrich, and Matt Hibbert, 7, 8, 9, and the Road Warriors ordered due up to face Robert Carson, who will qualify for the win in this one if he completes the 5th, and then the Revs hold on, of course. Each team with 3 hits in the game, but the Revs outscoring the Road Warriors 5-2. As Carson starts the inning off with a fastball up in the zone for ball 1. 1-0 on Escobar, who singled and scored a run in the 3rd. He singled to lead off that inning, scored on the 2-run double by Osvaldo Martinez. 1-0 pitch coming up from Carson. And this one's sent into shallow center field. Castillo, the shortstop, out. Drifting back, he makes the grab over the shoulder. 2 pitches, 1 out in the 5th. Good pitch from Carson to get Escobar to get under that one. That brings up Aldrich. Aldrich in left field again. He singled to right center, just dumped a little blooper in there his last time up. Then he was the other run to score on the Martinez double. Carson starts him off with a slider. That misses high, 1-0. Carson's retired 6 in a row. He has 5 strikeouts in the game. Working quickly, Clark wants it low and away. The 1-0 line driver, fly ball deep right field. Going back is Jared Mitchell, and he'll just watch it fly. That ball was smoked by Daniel Aldrich, and it's now a 5-3 game. So Carson serves up the long ball. It puts a dent in the Revs lead, but the Revs still holding a 2-run lead. Daniel Aldrich now 2 for 2 as he unloaded on that one. That'll bring up Matt Hibbert with 1 out and no one on. Well, here's Hibbert, the center fielder, as Aldrich finishes his trip around the bases. His first 2 hits of the series have come tonight. He smoked that homer. First pitch to Hibbert. He tried to check his swing but could not, and he went around. It's 0-1. Changeup from Rob Lowe in the zone. Dotel, the third baseman, will respect Hibbert's speed and play just a little bit behind the third base bag. Well, now he's backed up an extra step. Now he moves up again. Here's the 0-1. Slider, or curveball, one of the 2, in for a ball. It's 1-1. 5-3 now the score. Revs still in front. The Road Warriors have tacked on 1 here in the top of the 5th. They have bullpen action once again. It's a lefty. It looks like Christian Flecha. 1-1 coming to Hibbert, misses outside. It's 2-1. No action in the Revs bullpen. They haven't needed it. Revs needed just 1 reliever in Game 1. James Pugliese threw 2 perfect innings with 2 strikeouts in relief of Van Meter. Here's Carson's 2-1 to Hibbert. This one popped up foul territory right side. It's out of play. 2-2 the count. Another night where Carson has not walked a batter. The only base runners the Road Warriors have had, and they've only had 4, they have come on hits. And that's the book on Carson. Does not walk guys, and that's why he's been so successful this year and in his career. 2-2 coming to Hibbert. Chopped foul off his foot. That one hurts. Count remains even at 2. It is Christian Flecha warming up in the Road Warriors bullpen. Always good to see him on the mound. Funky delivery the sidewinding lefty has. And I just like saying his name. 2-2 the count on Hibbert. Jose Ortega threw a 1-2-3 fourth inning for the Road Warriors. Carson set on the mound. 2-2 pitch coming again. Now Hibbert wants time. He has granted it. Now back into the box after tapping his cleats with his bat. 2-2 pitch coming up with the bases empty and 1 out. Carson ready, and the pitch. Line drive up the middle, a knock. Hibbert picks up his first hit of the game, his second hit of the doubleheader. And once again, Hibbert connects on one against the Revs. That's just his second hit of this series in 3 games, but he's had a very successful 2018 campaign against York. It's only the 5th hit that Carson has allowed in the game. And now Fletch out for a visit with Rob. Tyler Clark will head out to the mound as well. Osvaldo Martinez, the leadoff man, is due up with 1 out and a man on base here in the top of the 5th. The Road Warriors already have 1 run in the inning on the Aldrich homer. The tying run will come to the plate in the form of Martinez. It's 5-3 Revs, top 5 of this 7-inning game. It's a close one, far from over, as the Revs will look to put this thing out of reach in the next half inning when they get back to the dish. They'll Fletch back to the dugout. Carson will grab the rosin bag with his left hand and get ready to step back on the mound. Clark back behind home plate. Osvaldo Martinez digging in the righty batter's box. 1 out and a man on first. 5-3 the score in favor of the Revs, looking to sweep the doubleheader and take a 3-0 lead in this 4-game series. Carson looks at first. Pitch to the plate. Martinez takes for a strike. It's 0-1. The Revs have retired Osvaldo Martinez just 3 times in this series. He has reached base safely 7 times. Now the 0-1, that misses low. 1-1. Good stop in the dirt by Clark on the changeup. Man, is he so valuable back there. Nothing gets by this guy. And when he blocks it, it's not like he keeps it in front but off to the side or let it squirt away a little bit. He deadens that ball right in the dirt off the chest protector. That's textbook form back there. He's such an asset behind the dish, handles the pitching staff so well. 1-1 coming to Osvaldo. Hibbert off first, being held on by Nash. Big hole right side. Now a move over to first. Carson slings it to Telvin. Count stays at 1-1. Well, no doubleheader is going to be quick, but Game 1 took a while because of all the runs that were scored. Game 2 has taken a while because of these middle innings have been slower. Checo threw 39 pitches in the 3rd inning. Carson has needed to labor here in the 5th. Another move over to first, and back safe is Hibbert. Martinez back in the box. 1-1 the count with 1 out and a man on first. Hibbert getting a bigger lead now. Carson staring at him. Not running is Hibbert. Carson to the plate. That one dumped into shallow right field, a base hit. 1st and 2nd now for the Road Warriors with only 1 out. And now the tying run on first base, the go-ahead run at the plate. Hibbert to second on the single. Martinez hit it. He's just hitting them where they ain't. That's another hit for him. 2 hits in the game. Here's Geraldo Valentin, the second baseman. Carson doing everything he can to get through this 5th. Still no action in the Revs' pen. So this is his inning. Valentin 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a ground out to third. In game 1 of the doubleheader, he was 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a line out, and a fly out. 1st and 2nd with 1 out in a 5-3 game. curveball over for a strike. Robb gets it in there. The Road Warriors doubling the Revs in the hit column 6-3, but the Revs still holding a 5-3 advantage in the run column. Valentine, the average down to 230, 23 RBIs this year. Pair of homers. 0-1 pitch, popped up foul out of play, right side, 0-2. 72 pitches now in the game for Carson. Not a problem at all for him. He's working with a 2-run lead out on the dish, or out on the mound. This will be a great time for a double play. The Revs turned one in game 1. 0-2 pitch, misses high and away. Carson went with the fastball there. It's a 1-2. That one touched 90. Witherspoon in center is shading Valentine towards right center. There's a big gap in left center. Infield defense straight away. Dotel even with the bag at third. Now Hibbert takes off for third. The trail runner does not go, and Hibbert slides in headfirst safely without a throw. Matt Hibbert takes third. Martinez stayed at first. And now runners at the corners for the Road Warriors with 1 out. And the tying run on first. Now Valentine getting ready to step back in the box. Double play would end the inning. Carson can keep it down in the zone. He can get one. 2-2 pitch coming. Valentine smacks it foul down the first base line into the Revs pen. The Revs do now have bullpen action. Roger Diaz is catching for somebody down there. Revs bullpen pretty rested. James Puglisi, the only guy who's pitched tonight. He also pitched last night. Dustin Richardson threw an easy inning last night, but everybody else should be rested and ready to go. 2-2 pitch coming up with 1 out and runners at the corners. 5-3 Revs lead top 5. Carson gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Pop up, left side of the diamond, foul territory. Clark off with the mask. He makes the grab over by the Road Warriors on deck circle in foul territory. Wellington Dotel gives him a high five and then asks for the ball. I don't think he needed it, but he got it. 2 outs now in the 5th, and Carson keeps Hibbert at third base. Well, that'll work. It's a pop-up strikeout double play situation. Those are the 3 things you want in that situation as a pitcher. Carson got the pop-up, and Valentine retired. Now with 2 outs, Gustavo Pierre, the 3-hitter, with runners at the corners. Wellington Dotel needs a segment on WOIK every week. He needs we need to mic him up and talk to him during the games. Now Gustavo Pierre laces one to left center, but Spoon is right there. He makes the grab in the alley, and on 1 pitch, Carson gets the 3rd out of the frame. He strands runners at the corners. He gives up 1 more run, but that's it. The Revs lead 5-3 after 4.5. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Revs lead it by 2.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer's shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
With the new Express Sports football and car racing from the Pennsylvania Lottery, you can play your favorite sports at participating retailers, bars, and restaurants. Make your picks on your play slip, like touchdown pass on the 3rd play, or the first 3 cars to cross the finish line, and watch the fast-paced lifelike action on the big screen. With drawings for cash prizes every 5 minutes, there's never a dull moment. Come on. Come on. Yes!
Express Sports from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Compete from your seat. Players must be 18 or older. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Bottom of the fifth inning from PeoplesBank Park. Michael Marcantonini alongside Darrell Henry in the booth. It's been a long night of baseball. It's been a fun one, though. The Revs lead at 5-3 in Game 2 as Jared Mitchell gets set to lead off against the left-hander Christian Flecha, who is into the game the second time this series. Pitched last night as well. It's always good to see Christian on the mound. Funky delivery. It's fun to watch. He's had a solid season. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. First pitch to Mitchell, a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. 5-3 Revs, bottom 5. Carson stranded runners at first and third with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Got a pop-up and a line-out to end the inning. And now it's Mitchell, Mesa, Nash, 2-3-4 as Mitchell takes a fastball in for a strike. It's 1-1. Well, for Flecha on the season, this is his 46th appearance. He's gone 43 innings so far. He missed with another one to Mitchell. It's 2-1. He's 2-5 with a 4.40 ERA. He's given up 21 earned runs, 23 strikeouts, and 28 walks as Mitchell tips one into the glove of Robert De La Hoz. It's 2-2. 2-2 to the leadoff man, Mitchell. Revs lead it by 2, looking for more. Flecha delivers the 2-2 as Mitchell fouls that one off. Count remains even at 2. Melky Mesa's 3-run homer in the bottom of the third inning is the difference right now. Revs also got 2 runs in the first. 2-2 to Mitchell. Slider misses low and in. A good eye. Darrell, it's not easy for Mitchell against these tough lefties, but he finds ways to reach base against them often. 3-2 pitch coming. Mitchell swings one foul, and the count remains 3-2.
There's a good example of it right there. Just doing anything he can to battle. They're often in to face him, as the Revs don't have very many left-hand hitters on the team. Burgess in the lineup tonight as well, but a lot of times he's the one they're in to face.
3-2 pitch coming to Mitchell. Ball 4 misses outside, and it is one issue for Flecha, as he's now walked 29 batters on the year, and the Revs have their leadoff man on. More walks than strikeouts is never good. You don't necessarily need a ton more strikeouts than walks, but more walks than strikeouts, not good.
Third time that Mitchell's walked tonight. Got Harris in front of him. He's walked twice. Who needs hits?
Yeah, well, I mean, who needs them at all? Just walk all night. Here's Melky Mesa. 4 RBIs in Game 2, 3 in Game 1, 7 on the night. Move over to first. Mitchell back safe. He's 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. He's been the trail runner on Zoe's stolen base attempts of third both times, but they still work as steals. We're not judging. Well, Mitchell, the team leader in stolen bases. This would be a spot for him to run. Revs up 2, looking for more. Pitch to Mesa. Changeup misses low and away. It's 1-0. Mitchell now an even 30 stolen bases on the year. He's 30 for 37. Has been very effective when picking his spot to run. Mesa waiting for the 1-0 in a 5-3 game. The pitch, swing and a miss. A healthy cut at a fastball. Upper half of the zone. He came up empty. So Mitchell now with 3 walks tonight. He becomes the 4th Rev this season to walk 3 times in a game. Dent, Casilla, and Harris have all done it. 1-1 coming to Melky. Breaking ball misses outside. It's 2-1. This is a fun night, Darrell, because I get to pull out so much from the game notes.
All that work that you put in day after day, it has finally paid off.
It's for nights like these.
Finally been able to use it.
Hashtag I live for this. Remember that when that was the MLB playoff slogan a bunch of years back?
That's right.
Now Melky fouls one off the end of the bat. It's 2-2. Revs lead at 5-3 in the bottom of the 5th. I love that slogan personally. I thought it was very well done and lived up to the hype. Speaking of playoffs, the Revs have a shot. As long as they keep winning, they will keep themselves in contention. They do need a few things to break in front of them. Now the 2-2 to Melky, drives this one out to deep right field. Fernandez going back, ranging in front of the track. He makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Mitchell back to first, and Melky retired for the first time in an official at bat tonight.
And the season he's had, he's bound to get some looks for spring training next year, I would think.
Oh yeah. Mesa reached the major leagues in the early 2010s with the Yankees. But he does have experience at the highest level. Well, here's Telvin Nash with one out and a man on first. 5-3 Revs lead, bottom 5. Flecha looks at first. A funky delivery, comes to the plate, fastball in for a strike.
I got a lot of work done during the game tonight.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you're just a master of multitasking. You've mastered it over the years. 0-1, not the 0-1. It's a move over to first instead. Well, that's why I'm here, so you can get stuff done in the middle innings. Dinner time / catch up on other work.
Ice cream was great. That was dinner right there.
0-1 pitch coming to Nash. Here it is from Flecha. Fastball off the plate. It's 1-1. Well, it hasn't been a quick game tonight. 10:43 Eastern.
I probably could have done 2 or 3 high school depth charts. 1 was enough, though.
It's enough for the night. 1-1 Nash. That almost hit him. Misses way inside. He lunges out of the way. Counts 2-1. 5-3 Revs lead, home half of the 5th. Revs looking for a doubleheader sweep of the Road Warriors. This is a close one. The Road Warriors have answered with a run or multiple runs each time the Revs have scored. 2-1 coming to Telvin. He's waiting, and the pitch. Fastball right there, a little two-seam action. It's 2-2. Still only 3 hits in the game for the Revs, but one of them, the Melky Mesa 3-run homer, they've made their hits count. Dotel has a double. The only other hit at Castillo's single. Here's the 2-2. Nash lines one down the right field line, but it's foul into the Revs' pen. He smoked that thing.
Wow, it just comes off his bat like lasers, whether he's hitting a towering home run 450 feet somewhere or line drives. It's just different when it comes off his bat.
Count remains 2-2 on Telvin Nash. Mitchell still at first with 1 out in a 2-run game, Revs leading. Pitch to Telvin. Fist this one into center field. Hibbert can't get to it. It's a base hit. First and second for the Revs now with 1 out. Nash comes up with his first hit of game 2. He now has 3 on the night in total. With 1 out, here's the DH Michael Burgess.
And with Telvin, he really is a complete hitter. It's not just home runs. There's some hitters out there that are your classic home run or strikeout. He is not that. He hits for average. His on-base percentage is unbelievable with the amount of times he walks because he's selective and he has a great eye. Knows how to work a pitcher, knows how to get into counts that'll maybe yield him what he's looking for.
One out and runners at first and second for the Revs. They lead it by 2. 5-3 in the 5th. Lefty for Flecha and Burgess. And Burgess takes strike 1 on the outer half. It's 0-1. Flecha up to 20 pitches in the inning. He walked Mitchell. Nash, after a lengthy AB, singled. Burgess looking to get in on the action. Here's the 0-1. Slider yanked foul. and the count goes to 0-2. Two on Burgess at the dish. Flecha looks at second, comes set, and the pitch. Breaking ball lifted in the air, shallow left. Aldrich is under it. And he will make the grab for the second out of the inning. Mitchell back to second, Nash to first. 2 flyouts in the inning for Flecha. The first to right, this one to left. Now with 2 outs, that brings up Wellington Dotel, who is making his second start at third base tonight. Has he even had a ball over there, Darryl?
He's had one, and he, I think it was fairly routine. I forget how he gloved it, but I know I was watching his throw, and it was pretty strong.
It was back in the third inning, that's right. 2 outs and 2 on, 1 in scoring position. Here's Dotel. Pitch from Flecha. Mitchell takes off for third. He'll get there without a throw. Dives in safe at third base. His third stolen base of the night. He's 3 for 3. Make it 7 steals on the night for the Revs. They keep putting the pressure on the Road Warriors. That is now tie for the second most stolen bases that the Revs have had in a game in franchise history. The last time they stole 7 was on July 30th, 2015 at Southern Maryland. That was in a 5-3 loss. But tonight, a 5-3 lead so far, and they have 7 swiped bags. Nash stayed at first. Mitchell off third. Dotel takes a strike. It's 1-1. Well, if they're going to give the Revs the bags, the Revs are going to take them, right, Darryl?
Yeah. And De La Hoz has struggled to throw all night. They saw that right away, took advantage. He had one throw that almost took out Checo and Alonzo Harris on its way into center field. So they recognized that early, and it seems as though it's been part of the game plan since the first inning.
Well, that pitch misses outside to Dotel. It's 2-1. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Revs lead at 5-3. Some insurance would definitely be beneficial, as the Road Warriors have not gone away in this one. Dotel readjusting his left batting glove. That's the only one that he wears. Now he steps back in the box. Waiting for the pitch from Flecha. Here's the 2-1. Dotel spoils it out of play, foul. It's 2-2. It's been a long inning for one that no runs have scored in. Mariel Checo, the Road Warriors starter, went just 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, all 5 of the Revs runs. Jose Ortega threw a scoreless 4th. Now Flecha battling here in the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch to Dotel. Swing and a miss right over the fastball, and the inning comes to an end. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We go to the top of the 6th. The Revs holding a 5-3 lead over the Road Warriors. Stick with us.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Wealth is the ability to feed 100 stray dogs.
Turn empty parking lots into playgrounds.
Watch your child walk down the aisle.
As Henry David Thoreau once said, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we help our clients identify their ambitions, dreams, and financial goals and develop actionable plans to pursue their passions and interests. Let our wealth of knowledge about wealth help you fully experience life. Visit us at wealthofknowledgeyork.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Jay Gauss. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sport Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the 6th inning, and here in this 7-inning game, that is our inning brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. Are you tired of feeling the effects of sleep apnea or sleepless nights due to your CPAP? Dr. Bell may have an option to help you. Make your appointment today and let Dr. Bell help determine which treatment is best for you. Call 717-316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com. York Dental Sleep Therapy, 450 West Market Street in Hallam. It's getting to be that time of night to think about it. Carson stays in. First pitch is swung through by Jorge Fernandez. 4-5-6 in the order for the Road Warriors as we start the 6th. It is 5-3 York. Carson at 77 pitches through 5. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strike 2. He allowed 2 runs on 3 hits in the 3rd, which tied it. But the Revs answered with Mace's 3-run shot and a solo homer from Aldrich last inning. 0-2. It misses high and away. One thing about this Revs team, the way it's now constructed, if you do give up a couple of runs as a starter and the opponent ties it, it doesn't feel like it's the end of the world. Here's the 1-2. And it is just off the plate away. Carson started to go into his strikeout walk. Did not get the call. But earlier in the year, if you fell behind by 1, it would feel like a bit of a chore to try to get it back. It does not seem that way now. Here's the 2-2. Swing at a high fly left field, hit deep. Mesa going back to the track, and he'll play it off the arch nemesis. Rebounds to Witherspoon, who fires on the run to second. But Fernandez is there standing just ahead of it. He holds the bag with his cleat. And it's a leadoff double. It hit the Corona extra sign low on the arch nemesis, just right of the manual scoreboard. And that's a wall-scraping leadoff double. Carson had struck out Fernandez each of the previous 2 times, and he thought he had him struck out for a 3rd time a couple of pitches before that. Now the tying run comes to the plate. Edwin Gomez, who has been struck out both times. Revs have Michael Click loosening. The tying run is now at the plate. And Carson steps off. 5-3 is the lead. And that step off there might be just to reset mentally if you had a frustrated thought creep in for a moment there. Now the first pitch. It is lined at short on a hop. Castillo backs up. He spears it, spins, and throws him out at first base. 1 away. Hit sharply, and Castillo read it and angled out toward the outfield to his left to get it on a clean hop. And he continues to impress in all facets of the game. That'll be Carson's final pitch tonight, 5 1/3, and Mace will go to Click.
Really nice play right there, and saves a hit up the middle. Castillo's been so good wherever he's played in the field. I like him at shortstop when Dent's not there. And he's showing why he's so valuable to this team. But a great outing by Robert Carson. You can't ask for much more than that. A 7-inning game. He goes 5 1/3, asking the bullpen only to get 5 outs. And he gave up a few hits. 7 hits in the game. The Revs only have 4, but he leaves the game with a chance to win it, and that's what's important.
Fletch waiting for him with a handshake as he gets to the dugout. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Click is in. Revs lead at 5-3 with 1 out in the 6th.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2018 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the new WOIK app.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOIK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK, York.
It is Michael Click who takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 5-3, the Revs in front. Trying to get game 2 to the finish line tonight. Robert Carson, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 3 runs. He is responsible for Fernandez at second, led off the inning with a double. No walks from Rob, 5 strikeouts. 83 pitches, 55 strikes. Click will face Robert De La Hoz, who is flied out twice. Both times to Spoon in center. Here's the first pitch. It is outside. Slider missing. Revs 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Road Warriors 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Click to the stretch. And the 1-0. That is outside. Click in 18 outings, 1 start. He is 1-0, 2.92 ERA. 24 2/3, just 16 hits. Opponents 190, 12 walks, 28 Ks. Looking for his first strike, the 2-0. And there it is, a swing and a miss. 2-1 on De La Hoz, who's in just his 3rd game with the Road Warriors. He was briefly with Long Island earlier in the year. Gets the starting assignment behind the plate in game 2 tonight. He's played in the Can-Am League previously, the Pecos League as well. The 2-1. Swinging a high fly, right center. Mitchell heads over, has a beat on it. He will position, makes the grab. They'll tag from second. Fernandez advancing. Throw cut off by Harris behind second. And that is out number 2. It moves Fernandez to third, but with 2 outs. Hit pretty decently to right, but Mitchell out toward right center there. Click will face Hermindo Escobar with 2 outs in the inning.
Good job by Click to come in and get that quick out. That's what you need right now, and he got it.
Escobar, the tying run also. He's got 1 home run. Dotel fakes tagging out Fernandez at third, but he doesn't have the ball.
I love it. I just love it. He's such a funny guy.
Escobar 1 for 2 tonight. Singled and scored in the 3rd. Click ready to go. First offering. Swing and a miss. Slider had him way out in front and fooled. Dustin Richardson now will grab a ball and begin to throw. Revs tonight trying to make it 3 in a row again. 3 in a row to start this series. I'll click the stretch. And the 0-1. It is down and away. You can hear him grunt as he released it. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard over in Lancaster, where they started the doubleheader at 6. Barnstormers lead Somerset 3-2 in the 5th in Game 2. Somerset came back in the last inning to win Game 1 tonight. 1-1. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Click's got good stuff. He's willing to go up there. Escobar tried to go with him. It was a bad idea. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I hope Click and Fletch can talk to each other tomorrow. Eagles are playing the Falcons. I hope I can talk to Fletch tomorrow. I don't know if I can. Pitch. It is in the dirt. Clark handles it.
Well, Nash and Fletch will just be huddled in a corner in the dugout trying to watch the game.
Oh, well, Talvin too. I forgot about it.
I was in the clubhouse talking to Jared today. We were going over each other's fantasy football teams, and Mitchell and I were talking about the Eagles-Falcons game tomorrow, and Talvin comes over. He's like, don't you start talking trash about my Falcons, something like that.
Yeah, I definitely can't talk to him tomorrow. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him up high. Michael Click comes in, finishes the 6th inning. Fly out, strikeout, and the Revs will take this lead to the 7th. Fletch already signaling that it will be Richardson, of course. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th in Game 2. Revs 5, Road Warriors 3.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Will I have saved enough for college by the time she gets her driver's license?
How can I ensure beautiful music is always made on the symphony stage?
When I retire, can I take that vacation I always dreamed about?
When life's persistent questions have you seeking answers, turn to Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group. Let our wealth of knowledge about wealth help turn life's questions into financial plans of action and memorable outcomes. Smith, Mayer & Little, answering life's most persistent questions. Visit us at wealthofknowledgeyork.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
The York Revolution will host Ladies' Night presented by UPMC Pinnacle Friday, September 14th at PeoplesBank Park as we take on the Somerset Patriots with gates opening at 5:30. Ladies get in for free thanks to UPMC Pinnacle. Ladies can pick up their ticket in advance in our ticket office, 1 ticket per woman. The first 1,000 fans through the gates will receive a beanie hat giveaway courtesy of Health South Rehabilitation Hospital of York. The night will include shopping on the concourse from various vendors, discounts in the First Capital Federal Credit Union team store, and a scavenger hunt with prizes. Ladies' Night, Friday, September 14th at PeoplesBank Park.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchase. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Michael Click. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball, home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WYK. First in York, first in sports.
It is Julio DePaula who's on for the Road Warriors, bottom of the 6th. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts, as the player pitching coach is on in relief. That'll be Henry Castillo leading things off for the Revs. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Another game, another hit. Castillo, Witherspoon, Clark to the plate. Richardson getting ready for the 7th. First pitch from DePaula, swinging a foul tip into the mid. Strike 1. Richardson last night Got his second save with York, allowed a base hit but retired the next 3. Tonight he'll have 8-9-1 due up. It's the 0-1, and it's a called strike outside corner. The Aldrich, Hibbert, and Martinez. DePaula leans forward. And now into his stretch, the 0-2. Swing on a towering fly ball foul, yanked over the first base side. DePaula 1-2-3 in the 8th last night, so he's pitching back-to-back nights. One of the greats in Revs history. With the Road Warriors in 18 games this year, 0-3, 5.48 ERA. He fires, and a bouncer foul down the first base side. Castillo checks his bat, taps it against the plate. They're now in the 6th in Lancaster in Game 2. Still 3-2 Barnstormers, but already tonight, the Revs winning, Long Island losing. York is within a half game of the Ducks in the overall standings. There's the 0-2. Swinging a foul tip squeezed, and Castillo down on strikes as he hollers to himself. 1 down. He puts up a good fight, though. Fouled off a couple. Now, the Revs, we should also mention, if there were an overall standings wild card tiebreaker needed with Long Island, the Revs own it. The first criteria is head-to-head record for the year. Teams split 9-9. The second is second half head-to-head record, and the Revs have that one. I believe it was 6-4 as Witherspoon grounds a foul over by the third base dugout. Now, obviously, Somerset still has to win that second half to open up a second wild card. And since they won earlier tonight, they're 6th in a row, and Long Island lost. Somerset's within half a game there. Here's a fastball away. So the number of the night is a half. That's where we stand right now. But Somerset and Lancaster still playing a second game in their doubleheader, so something more will happen as DePaula misses in tight. And the Revs still finishing this game. If they win, they'll be in a dead heat with the Ducks overall. And then Somerset-Lancaster, that final, will either have Somerset tied if they come back, or 1 game behind Long Island. Pitch to Spoon, a breaking ball. It's a called strike. 2-2. So those are the possibilities come the end of the night. So far, it's been a great night for the Revs. Very productive. The 2-2, and that misses outside. Breaking ball. Very productive here in their own controllables, and also elsewhere in the standings. And DePaula ready, the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got Witherspoon on a hook. 2 down. If the Revs hang on, and if Somerset can come back a second time, you literally could not possibly ask for more from this night. But we'll see.
Well, I'm going to ask for more.
Oh, you want Long Island and New Britain to play a second game and send the Bees back from the hotel to...
Now they'd probably be tired and lose, so
that's true.
Keep them refreshed for tomorrow. Who they got on the bump tomorrow?
I don't know, Michael.
I'm gonna take a look.
Here's Tyler Clark, who grounds the first one up the middle, off the mound and into center, a base hit.
Well, that's good to see from Tyler, staying up the middle, hitting the ball hard. Hands got to be feeling good.
You asking me who New Britain has on the mound tomorrow?
Yeah.
I can barely keep our own straight.
Getting ahead of myself, thinking ahead of what's going to happen.
I like it, though. I like your thinking. You're never shutting that brain off.
Is it my guy Mark Hamburger I'm gonna take a look.
That'd be
see
good.
What's going on.
There's Alonzo Harris at the top. He is 0 for 1 with 2 walks, 2 runs, 4 steals tonight. First pitch is down low. He stole second and third in the first, did it again in the third. The Revs with 7 steals as a team tonight, tied for second in team history. There's the pitch. It is a little low. The Revs with, well, Zoe, I should say, with 4 himself. That ties a franchise record that he already shares. He did it in his first game that he played coming back. The pitch, it is a check swing, line drive hit to left. And Clark up to second. Aldrich will come into glove. Alonzo checks his swing and fillets it into left, out over the infield.
He keeps hitting.
He's got it going again. Now here's Mitchell, who's walked all 3 times tonight. 2 runs scored, and he's got 3 stolen bases. But yeah, Alonzo, he's got 4 steals tonight. He had 4 in the first true game that he played coming back. Of course, he did get into the suspended game later. But the only other player in Revs history with 4 in a game, Wilson Valdez, back in 2014. He's their all-time steals leader. DePaula, long set. I guess he wasn't set yet. He was still looking for the sign. Time finally asked for. Now he'll dip into his stretch. And first pitch. It is down and in, a slider on Mitchell. One ball, no strikes. Does not have an at-bat in Game 2 tonight. And he also had a walk in Game 1. As he swings here, fouls it off over the third base roof. 4 walks in the doubleheader ties a team record for a doubleheader. 5th time that's happened. Jason Espedo, Scott Grimes, Ramon Castro, and Jeff Fiorentino was the last to do it. September 2012. Team record for walks in one single game is 4. Pitch to Mitchell is inside. And the catcher, De La Hoz, came cocking the hand back, staring Harris back. The trailing runner at first, but first baseman Gomez is way behind the bag with a lefty hitting. Now 2 balls, 1 strike. DePaula ready. And deals. It is down low, slider. And that's what you'll get from Julio. The slider is almost his number 1. I wonder if the catcher puts down number 1 for slider. He throws it so often. Does have a 2-seamer to go with it as his other primary pitch. First and second, 2 outs, pair of 2-out hits. Pitch to Mitchell, ripped right side, base hit. And Clark being sent right away. Fernandez up throwing, and Tyler Clark slides in. RBI single, Jared Mitchell, and the Revs put up an insurance run, 6-3 here in the 6th.
That's big right there, doing it all with 2 outs, and started with Clark and the Harris bloop single. And Mitchell just working a really good at-bat, waiting it out, getting a pitch that he can hit hard somewhere to the pull side. That's a big insurance run for Richardson to work with.
3 straight 2-out hits. Mitchell on base all 4 times here in Game 2. Officially a total of 5 times today. Reached a couple other times on errors in the first game. Here's Mesa. It is 6-3. And DePaula sets, long hold. Second baseman came close, backs away. Pitch is bounce foul over by the third base on deck area. Melky, a sac fly in the first, 3-run homer in the third. He's got 4 RBIs in this game, 3 in the opener, and leads the league with 81. He is surged in front here on this day. There's the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball toward the middle. The shortstop Martinez cuts it off. He bounces the throw on 2 hops to first, and it's late. Melky beats it out. Infield hit. His second hit of the game. 4 straight 2-out hits after DePaula struck out the first 2. And they're loaded for Telvin Nash.
Well, the Revs don't want to go home tonight. But as long as they come away with the win, that's a nice night at the ball yard.
Martinez did all he could. By the way, Melky's 7 RBIs ties a Revs doubleheader record. Eric Patterson had 7 in a doubleheader in Camden in June of 2013. Had a grand slam in one of those games. Here's Nash with him loaded. Speaking of slam, he's 1 for 2 with a sac fly. First pitch is in tight. 6-3 York. Nash could make this a non-save situation in a hurry. DePaula, long stare. And into his stretch, the 1-0. Swing and a line drive, left center, toward the gap. It is down for a hit. Harris scores, Mitchell scores, Mesa around third, Mesa scores. Telvin Nash empties the bases. A 3-run double to the gap in left center. And the Revs have blown this game wide open, 9-3 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, why not tack on a few more? And I'm sure the Revs might sit Richardson down at this point, or they might just get him in the game because he was up. But why not tack on some more and just put it away and not have to worry about a save situation?
A 4 RBI nightcap for Nash, and he's got 5 total in the doubleheader. Gives him 31 in 30 games. Man or machine?
Machine.
Here's Burgess now. It is a 4-run 6th inning, all with 2 outs. Pitch to Burgess, swing on a fly ball, left field. Aldrich backing up. It'll carry to the track, but the left fielder's got it there. Burgess hits it pretty well, but that's where the inning ends. Not before the Revs score 4 on 5 straight 2-out hits. 1 man left. And they have busted this one wide open. We go to the 7th, looking for a 3rd straight win and a doubleheader sweep. It is York 9 and the Road Warriors 3.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with tropical shaved ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
This is Logan Williamson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Dustin Richardson will be in regardless. As we go to the 7th inning, Talvin Nash making sure that there won't be a third save for Richardson tonight. He drove in 3 more. He and Mesa each with 4 RBIs in this second game. But Richardson is in. It is 9-3 York. 3 outs away from tying the Ducks in the overall standings. And there are some teams hearing footsteps coming out of York these days. Aldrich will lead off. Richardson's first pitch. It is outside. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And he went 1-2-3 after a single for the save last night. His second with York. The 1-0. And that's a called strike. Bounced off Clark's mitt, but it's a strike. Aldrich a single and a solo home run. The bottom of the order has done a good bit of the damage for the Road Warriors, but with 3 outs to go, so far it hasn't been nearly enough. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider. Robert Carson in line for his 10th win. It would be the 5th time in Revs history that they've had multiple 10-game winners on staff. The 2nd straight year. The 1-2. Swinging a fly the other way, foul. Revs had 3 10-game winners in 08. Wayne Franklin won 12. Aaron Rockers and Corey Thurman each won 11. Then in 2012, Thurm had 14. Chris Cody had 10. The 1-2. Swing, a foul again, left field side. 2014, Jorge Martinez and Alan Keano were both double-digit winners, and last year, Frank Yaley 14, Jay Goss 10. It's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Richardson wins the battle. Went back to the slider, and it disappeared as Aldrich took a swing at it, 1 down.
Oh, that's nasty right there. And a good decision to bring Richardson back in after he was warmed up. He didn't want to have to bring Click back out there after the long wait and use him more than he needed to be out there. It's a chance to put away this win and lock up a good night of baseball.
Here is Matt Hibbert. Bless you.
Sorry. Thanks.
Let me wipe myself off over here.
No way.
Here's a swing and a bloop foul over by the Revs dugout.
I think I pulled something.
Yeah, I bet.
Remember when Sammy Sosa hit the DL back in the early 2000s when he sneezed and like pulled a muscle in his back?
I think he popped a rib out.
Yeah, something like that.
Hibbert 1 for 2 tonight, single and a steal. There used to be somebody in the back of the office that would sneeze and like the walls would shake. You could hear it almost outside. Richardson ready. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball, deep short. Castillo circles it, charging, fires on the run, got the speedy Hibbert. And another fine play from Henry Castillo at short. The Revs are an out away from wrapping up a most impressive doubleheader sweep.
I mean, you can't really nitpick with what the Revs have done today. I mean, everything up and down the batting order, guys have contributed. The pitching staff's been great again. The defense has been flawless. Really impressive what the Revs are doing here late in the season, playing their best baseball when they need to.
This team just would not be told that they can't do it. And they have played themselves right back into the thick of it.
This team eats adversity for breakfast.
Here is Osvaldo Martinez with 2 outs in the 7th. Richardson the pitch. And a breaking ball down low.
So I just got a notification that Shohei Ohtani homered twice tonight, hours after it was revealed that he needs Tommy John surgery on his right elbow. That is wild.
How about that? He can hit, but I guess pitching out of the question. The 1-0 fastball, it's a called strike.
I'm surprised that they pitched him the other night.
Yeah. Had to pull him early. I was watching that game. Richardson ready. Here's the 1-1. It is off the plate away. And the Revs brought some of the guys back. The main thing they've all talked about is winning it again. They would not be told that they can't come back from the deficit in the standings, and they're on the cusp of drawing even. Here's a fastball low. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Ohtani went 4 for 4.
Oh my. Well, who needs an elbow?
Yeah.
Here's the 3-1. Swinging a pop-up foul back over the roof, and the Revs a strike away. We have been at it for about 6 hours tonight. It's been very productive. Richardson adjusts the pant legs. He'll get himself ready to try to put the wraps on this night. He's ready to go. The stretch and the payoff pitch just missed low. And that was inches away. Game will continue as Martinez heads to first.
Well, that looked like it was there.
He continues to be a thorn. But the Revs a 6-run lead. Here's Geraldo Valentin, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Richardson denied of the 1-2-3. But needs just one more out. He's ready. First pitch. It's a fastball for a strike. Derek Moshe lets us know that. It's amazing the confidence level this group had, even when they were 4 back or more. Here's a swing and a miss. Fastball away. Valentin dropped his bat on that choppy hack. And Richardson again, a strike away. 0-2 with 2 outs in the 7th. The big lefty stares in at Tyler Clark, and out comes Set. Ready? And the 0-2. Swinging a line drive, center field. That'll get in for a hit. And Valentin singles to again prolong things. Road Warriors with their 8th hit. And now Richardson will go after Gustavo Pierre, first and second with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th in Lancaster. Still 3-2 Barnstormers. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Pierre 0 for 3 tonight. Fly out, strikeout, line out. Holds the hands high. First pitch. Swinging a foul the other way and right. Toward the light pole. He finished game 1 on the mound, gave up a couple of runs, but after not starting in the field in game 1, he did in game 2. Nothing and 1 the count. Richardson stares, now sets. And coming home. Breaking ball, a little low. Big time offensive totals across the board tonight. On the pitching side, it's Carson who's due for win number 10. The 1-1. Swinging a foul against the screen. And again, Richardson is a strike away from wrapping it up.
Well, let's hope this time he does it. It's been a long night for everyone. Let's finally put this doubleheader sweep in the bag. And everything went right on the scoreboard tonight.
Maybe Somerset still has another comeback in them before the night's over. Richardson ready. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the Revs have caught the Ducks in the overall standings. They're tied. They sweep the doubleheader. 9-3 the final in Game 2 after a 16-4 win in the early game tonight. Robert Carson, a 10-game winner for the first time in his career, joins Mitch Atkins in double figures, and the Revs have won 3 in a row again. 10 of their last 12, 6 of the last 7, and they continue to sprint toward the finish line. A lot like last year, although not the mountain that they've had to climb this year, but they've caught the Ducks in the standings. Somerset will at least be within a game of Long Island, if not tied. And a night that went absolutely according to plan here at PeoplesBank Park.
That was a really impressive performance from the first inning of Game 1 to the last inning of Game 2. Another team win. I keep using that phrase team win because everybody's doing their job late in the season, and that's what you need late in the season. Guys contributing in multiple ways, filling their role, doing more so than that, and it's been really fun to watch. It's going to be a fun final week and a half of the year.
9-3 is the final score tonight. Revs win it. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
Shipley